Fuck that house now. I'm back. To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it.
Yes, sir. We're back. It's Nets Kingdom. The big news, Kyrie staying. Let's talk about it. I'm here with Saint. I'm with Rage. I'm with Brandon. I'm with the Bishop. The Bishop is in the building and Chubb's in the building. Make sure you guys hit that
the
like
Bishop
button.
Kyrie apologist is
Bishop
in the building.
What was I gonna say? Oh, big shout out before we get started about the big news. Just want to say thank you guys for the 10,000. We hit 10,000.
Big
Yes,
10K,
sir.
let's go.
Special shout out to
10K.
all the day ones that were with Nets Kingdom from the beginning. All the people that watched my videos in the beginning. Thank you. Couldn't make it without you, all my fans and everybody who support Nets Kingdom. You know, love you guys. And like I said, I didn't start this channel for clout. I didn't start it for likes or anything. It was just strictly because of the Nets, and I wanted to just talk about the Nets on YouTube, and nobody was doing it at the time. So again, appreciate the 10,000. But Kyrie, we got the breaking news. Kyrie has opted in. Do you have the statement, Saint? I know he had a statement.
I could dig it up. I mean, I was just reading it where I didn't pull it up, but I can basically just say Kyrie opted in, said normal people keep the world going, but those who dare to be different lead us in tomorrow. Irving is said in statement per Sean, I've made my decision to opt in. See you in the fall.
He is bypassing on multiple opt-in and trade scenarios to fulfill his 4-year commitments to the Nets and Kevin Durant.
We'll go around the room, but again, my first reaction, and I already called Saint and talked about it with him about it. Like, I don't know how to feel about it because it's like I feel like the organization embarrassed us. You know, it didn't have to get to this point. You know, and now Kyrie, now the fingers pointing back at Sean and Joe Tsai. Like, okay, Kyrie's risking it. He's saying, listen, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna opt in. And it's on you guys to make sure the roster is good for us to win a championship. I'm putting it so the focus is back on Sean and Joe Tsai. As far as the opt-in, I still feel like there's going to be questions around Kyrie's contract going into the season. Like you're going to hear the first take and all them. Oh, is Kyrie going to leave the Nets? You know how the news and the stir is going to go on. But as far as the opt-in, like I said, I'm happy he's here. It's good to get that out the way, but we still have problems as a team. We still have to address a lot of things on this roster for us to make it for a championship.
And who knows, like just because maybe we get Kyrie back, like that doesn't just mean now we're gonna make all these moves now. Like who knows how Kevin Durant's still really feeling about the front office? Like he wasn't even talking to him, he wasn't recruiting. Like who knows if that changes at all? It
just feels like there's a rift between the players and the organization. Like everybody's like, you go to the practice and everybody's kind of like, you see Sean Marks and Joe Tsai in the room and everybody's kind of like side eye.
I feel like it'll kind of be. I feel like it also like with us possibly being able to trade. You know, with us actually being able to possibly trade Kyrie throughout the season, it might be a little bit of a distraction. Like who knows how that goes.
But go ahead, Sam. You can give we'll go around the room and then you can react to the Kyrie.
Well,
Kyrie is back.
Obviously, for me, there is a bit of relief to know that Kyrie opted in. I might have a different slant on it in the way I'm looking at it. Where depending on where you're at, like whether you're a fan of Kyrie and you wanted him to get the max and get his contract, or whether you're a fan of Sean Marks and their front office and you like that they're sticking it to him and playing hardball, like whatever your side is, right? Let's just be honest. This was getting ugly. It was just the amount of narratives that were being thrown out there, the toxicity, the language, like it just wasn't getting it. It just didn't look like it was heading.
Joe Tsai, you're not off the hook with that like. You did throw some shade with that like, so you're not off the hook. I didn't forget about that, Joe Tsai. If you're watching, I didn't forget about that, Joe Tsai.
Well, I mean,
go ahead, say.
No, it just for me, it's a little bit of relief. Okay, and I'm looking at it this way. I think this move by Kyrie being, and I'm not going to take this quote because somebody gave it to me, Jay. Kyrie's being the bigger man. Right? Like, I think Kyrie is being the bigger man in here in this sense, where he just is like, you know what? I'm not going to do this back and forth. I'm just going to opt in. I'm going to give you a prove it year. I'm going to be there for my man KD. I'm going to stand. Oh my God. See, this is what people like this make me sick, bro.
Don't look at the chat, bro. Don't look at the chat.
No,
they're gonna be trolling. There's gonna be trolling. Just
I know, but I don't give a shit about. No, it's just somebody. It's that same moron making a comment about like in chat making a comment about my son being autistic. Like, hey, just bring up, yeah. It's somebody that I think is blocked on the YouTube channel, but it does show up in here for some reason. I don't quite understand, but I mean, listen, there's people that really destroyed our Discord and were trolls and just foul, like pathetic human beings that if standing in front of your face, see, there it is there, Piper Man, all that. Like, so, yeah, it's not showing up on YouTube. But anyways, at the end of the day, this move by Kyrie to me stops a lot of bullshit, right? Like it quiets it down. It allows him to focus. Clearly, he wasn't getting what he wanted. So I'm glad he wasn't forced into taking something he wanted, right? If you look at it from the Nets perspective, they really wanted to have their prove it deal. I think in some ways this kind of gives them, whether Kyrie's gifting them, just saying, you know what, I'm going to step out of this and I'm going to be here and I'm going to show you. Like, I'm going to show you what kind of player I am. I'm going to be here for my team. I want to play ball. I love the Nets. Because let's be honest, people were saying he didn't want to be here now. He's leaving. He's this and that. And it's like, bro, you don't opt in to your last year, especially in the middle of a contract negotiation. If you don't want to be in Brooklyn, like what more do you like? This dude is telling you, I am willing to accept a 1-year deal, get out of these contract negotiations, risk basically being injured, risk you potentially trading me, risking all these things just to prove to you how much I love the Nets, how much I want to be here, and like kind of being the bigger man in this sense and not accepting something. Like there's a lot of potentials here where that this works out better for Kyrie Irving in the long run. You know, barring outside of an injury, if this man comes in and handles his business, this dude is gonna you're gonna have nothing left at the negotiation table. You're going to have to give this man what he deserves. So
that's a fair point.
I'm uneasy is the word. I'm happy he's back. I wish we would have had him locked up, but at the same time, this does kill a lot of the bullshit narrative from this potentially getting really bad and not having Kyrie at all, right? Like at the end of the day, if you want Kyrie, you got to be happy he's back.
It solves a lot of stuff.
I think this also for the people that think I'm just, like I see some of it like, oh, it's stuff. Hey, Kyrie's giving you what you want. Quit your fucking bitching, right? Like, how many of you motherfuckers were like, Kyrie needs to prove it, and the Nets organization, they need to be hardball with Kyrie. Well, guess what? This motherfucker just gave, excuse the language, but he just gave you what you wanted. You're getting a prove it year.
Getting a prove it year from him. Prove it year.
And the Nets are not having to throw the bag at him, which you were so scared. Right? What more do you want from this situation from Kyrie? He just gave you. He allows you to be. He's here, but on the same time, how are you complaining if you're a Kyrie hater?
Yeah, right? I'm surprised the Kyrie haters are complaining right now. I'm surprised. Let me interject real quick. Make sure you guys hit that like button.
That's my rant, but
make sure you guys hit that like button. Shout out everybody in the chat for joining us. We're talking about Kyrie. He just opted in for a 1 year, 36.5 or something like that, $1 million option, his player option. He confirmed he will be staying with the Nets. Oh, and also shout out my aunt. You watching? Auntie, love you, Auntie.
What up, Auntie?
Who's next? Rage, go ahead, Rage.
I'm happy. I mean, honestly, like when everything first started after the season, I was like, I did want to prove it year from Kyrie, but I didn't know, like, how everything would go down. Like he would really want that extension. Like obviously, like I still thought like he needed a prove it year, but I was all right with throwing the money if that meant he was going to leave. But I mean, this is something you want, right? You're able to get a prove it year, and I felt like if he really wanted to leave, he would have opted out and took that Lakers contract. I mean, that it shows you like that he wants to stay. And yeah, I feel like he does need to prove it though. If he's able to fully play not have any setbacks, barring any injuries, barring some vaccine,
Barring
and
Sean Marks and Joe Tsai trading him.
barring that, barring anything
Yeah.
like that, he'll get his money, right?
Yeah.
And that's all. That's all I was worried about was him possibly leaving for nothing. But hey, man, we got one more year. He's got a year to prove it, but I still feel like we should have thrown the bag at him anyways. But we'll see.
Yes, sir. Who's next? Chubbs? Or I don't know who's next.
Yeah,
Me.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Brandon, I forget it. Go ahead, bro.
So first of all, I want to say something about Pipe Man. He's talking about kids, but he's too busy thinking about pipes in his asshole. Talking about people's kids.
It's all right, man.
So,
Forget
you know
it.
what?
No.
Choose a
It's
new
an
nickname
emotional
if you
stream,
want to
bro.
trash people.
Yeah.
But no, I want to say, because a lot of people, there's a lot of groupies out there and all these front office groupies. I want to say front office because I don't like Joe Tsai nor Sean Marks. So front office groupies from now on. This doesn't solve anything. All it does is just forward the problems to next summer. And there is no really promises that either Joe Tsai or Sean Marks doesn't end up trading Kyrie, because you don't know what they're actually up to. And do I have faith that Joe Tsai is going to be utilizing all of his tools in the toolkit to get us a championship level roster? That means TPEs. That means the taxpayer MLE. That means, finding ways to get better. Do I trust Sean Marks that he's not going to have signed 5 guards and 4 bigs this offseason? I have no idea. But it's just one of those things where I don't think Joe Tsai wants to spend, and I don't think Sean Marks is equipped to be a championship level GM. Do I think this is going to be a distraction all season? Because every single time Kyrie Irving has a post-game interview, oh, where are you going to be next year? Where are you going to be?
Yeah,
oh, you're opt out next year. Oh, you're going to be traded
too.
at the deadline? Because
Yeah.
if things don't get right, if things go sour in the first half of the season, you best believe that trade deadline is going to be heavy. So I don't think this really solves anything. I'm really pissed off that he wasn't able to opt out and get the money that he deserves, the financial injury security, especially when he's approaching 30. And you know what happens when smaller-ish point guards reach their 30s. They become a little bit more injury prone. You see that with Dame Lillard. You saw that with Allen Iverson. You see that with Kemba Walker. All these great smallish guards end up being injury prone when they reach their 30s. So he has no security now. But now we have to deal with a distraction all season long. I just don't think this is a good thing. I have no faith in this front office. Kevin Durant has not been recruiting free agents. I don't think we're going to get any minimum guys or anyone that we would want. It's just this is not good. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan.
It's just like we don't feel secure because, like I said, he's signed for 1 year. Like, doesn't make me secure as a Nets fan. Like,
Yeah.
like anything could happen in this 1 year. So it's like not having Kyrie for more than 1 year, like 3-year contract or 4-year contract. It doesn't make me feel like
it's like being in a relationship and like you guys have this conversation where it's like, oh, okay, well, we don't have to break up now, but later down the road, if this continues and it's going to continue, we're going to break up. So it's kind of like just moving along the problems, pushing it along, even though it's going to happen.
Yeah, there's still a lot of problems in the organization. It's not just now that Kyrie's opted in, we still have a lot to deal with the roster construction, a lot of free agents on the team coming back or not. If Joe Tsai's still going to spend the bag, is he going to drop the bag? We still don't know. We still don't know.
It's tough.
Yeah. You can go ahead, Jay. Bishop. What's up? Bishop Jay.
Yo, I don't feel any kind of way.
Yeah.
Because as much as I expected Kyrie to be back, what does the rest of the team look like?
Yeah.
Look, I know people like throwing all the issues and problems at Kyrie's feet and on his head. The reality is, the way that things are, all of this stuff and all of the shots that were taking at him were for what?
Yeah.
If anything, you may have potentially alienated potential free agents because they're looking like, what the hell is going on there?
Yeah.
Not 6 months ago, you were taking shots at Quitter James. During the playoffs, you took shots at Ben Simmons, who then needed surgery. Now, during the offseason, you taking shots at Kyrie. Like, remember when the talk was that we were a player-friendly organization?
Family friendly.
Family friendly, player friendly, yeah.
Where is that? Like, and with that, I would like to see how the rest of the roster is made up, because the idea that we're going to have 5 or 6 guys on minimums, when we saw how the minimums ended last year, number of people being cut, traded, told they could be away from the team to be with their family. I mean, the Kyrie thing really is putting lipstick on a pig, because there are bigger issues that need to be addressed. Who is going to be on our coaching staff? We have no idea. Right now, we have the worst coaching staff in the NBA because we don't have that many coaches.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see how the rest of the offseason plays out. And there was so much nonsense that's happened, even in the language between the tweets of Shams and Woj, where Shams seems to be delivering a certain level of news and positivity. Woj is still putting negativity out there.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Enough of the pettiness, man. If you don't like each other, you don't like each other. But enough of the pettiness.
Yeah. It's just so much unnecessary drama that was like the organization with the way they handled this whole situation with Kyrie. And if you, like I said, I see the chat is very toxic right now. There's the Kyrie people and there's the non-Kyrie people. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
Either way, it's like you
I
still gotta
was
look
getting
at the
roasted
Can I
in
organization.
say
there.
something? Can I say something? Like, listen, I don't mind people being like upset at Kyrie, but the one thing I will tell you that, like, if you're gonna like just say some gnarly shit at anybody's up here who's just talking, and you have a difference of opinion, but you want to be an ass about it, I'm gonna knock your like out of here, bro. I don't really care. Like, let's have like a normal discourse. We don't all have to agree, but on the same flip, it's like.
Hey, saying, can I say this? Any of you who have a problem with me, my Twitter is at BLCity5. Come find me there.
Yes,
I will
sir.
gladly,
Yeah, I mean, it's
gladly
like,
have a
bro,
conversation
like,
with you there
come
if you have
on,
a problem
like,
with me.
can't you
Hell,
just have a
if you have a
conversation
problem
and
with
say
me,
you don't?
you know where I'm at in Brooklyn, man, and I'll be at every damn game.
Yes, sir.
Man. Can
Yeah,
y'all stop
like
every
with
game,
that?
I don't mind. I don't mind people having different thoughts and shit. But on the same time, it's like the one thing I will not put up with is people just saying just wrong shit. Just not.
Yeah,
Hey,
like I
Saint,
said.
can
Yeah.
I add on to that though? Because you
Yeah.
reminded me by saying that. For the person who was going at your child, yo, I'm cool if you don't agree with something that I say. There's a lot of times I don't agree with what I say when I think back on it, and that's fine. Y'all coming at people's children though, like I get trolling. You're not trolling when you're coming at somebody's children.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. And I pray the street justice takes over. Wherever you are, I pray the street justice takes over.
Children is
We're
off
coming at
limits.
people's children, man. That's out of
Children's
bounds.
off limits. Y'all can say whatever y'all want about us, but keep the kids out of it. Keep those
If
children out
anything,
of it.
that's proving the point of Kyrie opting in 1 year is that even the Kyrie haters are mad that he opted in a year, right? Like, they're happy. they can't even be mad that yo, the Nets got Sean, like, to people that don't like Kyrie or think that what the Nets were doing is what they were supposed to do. Appreciate you, B. Was that you got what you wanted? They didn't give him this thing, but now you're mad because he opted in. Like, it's like, make up your mind. Like, either you're happy for the Nets that they didn't give him a big contract, or just come out and say, you don't like Kyrie. I don't want him here. He's worthless. He's not going to. I mean, it's like, really, bro, like, pick your side. I mean, everybody has their, and see, I'm seeing the other language. Like, nobody's saying, I don't think anybody up here and fully said Kyrie's a victim. I mean, I think I spent a whole season telling you everybody has a hand in this situation, where I feel like Kyrie's decision affected the team, the Nets allowing him to, like, sitting him, not playing him, then allowing for him to come back, and then now trying to play. Like, we've seen every side here have some hand in this whole thing, from New York City to Kyrie to the Nets organization. And it's like, bro, it just, at some point, it's, if you just want to pick a side and then just attack people that have a different view, like, I don't know what to tell you. You probably are not having great conversations in the real life. Like, it's like, bro, so what? We all disagree. No big deal. But the fact is he's here. You didn't give him a big max contract. You should be happy about that.
Yeah.
Like, and if anything, this is not good for Kyrie. You should be, as a Kyrie hater, you should be happy. I'm surprised you're not wishing injury. I'm surprised you're like, hey, we can still trade him. Oh, we can still do this.
If you're
like,
a Kyrie
bro,
hater, you should be clapping your hands right now. This man just opted in on a 1-year prove-it deal. He could get traded tomorrow. I mean, like, you guys should be, if you're a Kyrie hater, you should be happy. You should be happy with what he just did. You should be very, very, very happy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Have a difference of opinion, but don't be coming in here like attacking people that's up here having a different view. You can say whatever you want to say, but
hey, Saint, can I ask you to say something real quick for me?
It depends, man.
Can you say
today I'm not in the mood. When people come at my son who's autistic, it kind of puts me in a different. It kind of puts me in a different mood, and I no. I'm not in that mood.
Can you please just say ho ho ho?
I'll fly to Charlotte just to fight you.
You said ho ho ho.
Listen,
hey,
I'll
spend $1,000 on a next day ticket to just.
You know what? Your flight's gonna get canceled.
No.
Yo, let me make sure you guys hit that like button and follow us on Twitter. All our Twitters are at the bottom. BL City 5 and J from the BK. If you, those are the Twitters that are left out. Instagram, Nets Kingdom 711_, and we on TikTok. TikTok's
who is Jew Christopher 14?
That's our boy. Is he
that's Julian. He hasn't been here in a while, but he's doing.
Kick him off, then.
God,
Jesus Christ.
Is he in the chat? Is Julian in the chat?
Jude might be at Wegmans right now.
Yo, wait. Oh, I need to interject because the comments is pissing me off. So, Dan Rosewell and what? I'm gonna be honest, kids, cover your ears. If there was a dick sucking competition, you two would win out of any porn star I've ever seen. Right? Y'all want to dick ride the front office so much. Any form of opinion that differs from you is considered a Kyrie stan. Have you watched any of our videos? And Dan Rosewell
clearly haven't.
The chat tonight is toxic, bro.
Are you dumb?
Chat tonight is on like
you don't speak for us. Make your own podcast. Make your own show. Guarantee only 6 people watch it.
Who is what?
If like I said, the chat tonight is toxic, man. We gotta stay on top.
But that's
you can't even look at the
you,
comments tonight.
If
you're watching this back,
But that's what I said in my opening.
Kicked out of the house.
Yeah.
But that's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Like, opening statement. It's like, I just gave you a reason of like why you should be happy if you're a Kyrie hater. It's like they gave you what you want, but you still like want to be miserable, and like you're just happy he's not gone. Like, a large part of these guys wanted him trade. And this is the other thing that I don't understand. It's like, let's be honest, right? Like, Kyrie leaves, like, in the majority chat, maybe put up a poll, AJ, because we haven't done a poll in a while. Who thinks KD is leaving if Kyrie leaves? And if so, like, that's what you're advocating for. You're like, get out of here, Kyrie. And like, what do you think is going to happen to the rest of the team if Kyrie leaves? And you're okay with that just to prove a point, just to be like, hey, I hate Kyrie. I want him off my team. I'm willing to lose KD. But that's the other aspect of this that blows my mind.
The culture, though, Saint. The culture. The culture that at its peak was a 7th seed. The culture, Saint.
Yeah, the culture. You're right.
The culture.
Let's talk about. We'll start with Chels with this question. We're gonna start with this. Like, now that Kyrie's opted in, what's next? We still got holes got to fill. What's the first thing Sean Marks got to do? June 29th is the deadline for all the free agents to opt in, what should be first on Sean Marks' list of things to do now that we know Kyrie and KD are set? We have to fill the roster.
And AJ, let me throw onto that to Chubbs in your question. Knowing who he just signed from the draft, those few guys he picked up, and what's the most loudest noise right now is potential what? Collins to this team?
John Collins. Yeah, there was rumors about John Collins. Their shop.
Yeah. So take that all into your thought process, Chubbs.
Yeah. So like initial reaction to everything, in my opinion, this is a Hail Mary. Like this is like how I see it. If this fails again, it's blow up time. Like it's rebuilding. So like really and truly, I see it as this is the year to actually do something. Like it's quite literally championship or bust for us this year. Like it's actually a fact now. It's not even like a hypothetical, if we get it, but no, it's either finals or we're rebuilding next season. So Kyrie signed, cool. Make some other moves now. Because arguably you should have been already doing other moves than doing this shit. Yeah. I don't understand the concept of because your star player is in contract talks doesn't mean you can't make other moves. That's stupid. You're making millions of dollars and you're put in that position that be a championship GM. You can make other moves. This isn't the fucking 50s. Please.
Hey, real quick,
we're in the 21st century, please.
Just to interrupt and go back to you, Chubb. Shout out to Daniel Cruz. Shout out to you guys. Wishing you all the happiness. Likewise, bro. Appreciate the super chat.
Oh,
Brian V.
What's the poll that you wanted? You wanted a poll, right?
Oh, I was just saying, like, do you want KD to leave? Like, because the people that are pissed that Kyrie's here, it's like, what did you think's going to happen if Kyrie leaves? KD's going to gone. Like, do you really want the Nets to blow up that bad where you lose KD as well, and we go back to this whatever pre-culture bullshit you're talking about? But shout out to Brian V. Do you guys think we're going to use TPEs and picks to get guys that like Podol, PJ Washington, etc.? We need to make moves to make the roster stronger. Chubbs can dive into that when he's finishing his statement. And I think that was there's one more, which I don't know if we.
Shout out Brian V. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Can I create a poll?
I saw it. No, because it'll probably be.
Listen,
but appreciate you.
I have
go back
the
to
best
Chubbs.
poll ever, AJ. You can tweet this out. Does Saint look like Santa Claus? Yes or no?
Well, I don't have a beard, bro. So how could that be?
I'll put that after this poll. I'll put that poll, man.
Does Saint look like Santa? Well, Rage, get to it. Photoshop Saint in a Santa's costume. But
is Brandon a weird? Is Brandon a weirdo? That's
It's a Nets theme costume.
Chubbs already on it,
bro. Be pleased get on it. Jakob Poeltl, John Collins, PJ Tucker. Like those are like the top three, I would say. So
hey, get Leb up here.
At this point, honestly, for like two of them, it's arguably too little, too late to try. But do whatever you can to get them to the team.
Which two?
PJ Tucker and
he a free agent.
Oh, but still, that 330 he could get, he'll probably just take that over getting a vet minimum at most coming to here or a MLE. Like he's probably going to take that 330.
I don't know. It's like I feel like with Marks, like it's either this, like he barely signs anyone, and he either trades for a high end superstar or he trades for a G League guy we've never heard of, or some random scrub like Javon Carter. You signed James Johnson.
Yeah. Like I think the first thing we should do is throw that MLE at. We'll try to get Jalen Smith. That's the first thing I think we should try to do. As far as trades, I'm not gonna I don't got my trade machine ready, but as far as MLE and Jalen Smith, I think we should try to get him first. That should be one of the first moves.
Would you throw that at the expense of what's his name, Nick Claxton?
Oh no, I'm expecting them to re-sign and give Nick Claxton the bag because we already got his rights. I'm expecting Josiah to sign Nick Claxton. Bruce, I don't know what Bruce is gonna do if he leaves. If Josiah is willing to take that hit with the salary. I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do, but
I still feel like we should get him out of here. Like I said, I appreciate what he's been doing for us these past few years, but like his skill set's just replaceable to me. And I mean, we saw it out of DeAndre Bembry. I mean, this dude was making little to no money, getting a vet minimum, outplaying Bruce Brown. And you can say what you want, but that's something.
Okay, can I ask one thing? Can we sign and trade Bruce?
That's a good question. It depends which team, I think, right? Right, Jay? I think
Yes, we
depends which
can.
team.
It depends on who has cap space, though.
Yeah, it depends who has cap space.
Because if so, I would try to sign Bruce and work out a trade with the Rockets and try to get X wing and KJ Martin. I would try to work that deal out.
Does anyone know if I haven't really heard any rumors about Claxton, and besides them not wanting to match 10. See, this is the problem. There's too many reports out there about Joe Tsai wanting to be cheap and not wanting to match certain players at X amount of dollars. So I don't know. I just don't have faith.
He got to be a high priority. Like Claxton, we got to get. That's the first guy they got to like. Well, Kessler, we got to sign, and Claxton, we got to sign. As far as Bruce, if Joe Tsai don't want to give him the bag, it's up. Like I said, I'm not like begging for Bruce to stay, and I don't really.
Who
care.
is losing sleep over losing Bruce Brown?
Yeah,
I'm kidding. But no, I think if the front office decides that, okay, Claxton is out of our price range, I seriously think they need to consider a sign and trade of Charlotte.
For who on Charlotte?
I would try getting PJ Washington and McDaniels. Both.
Wow.
Yo, shout out to T Rexy, bro. Uncle Drew is back. Lakers fans, you are mad. Nets fans who Kai haters want culture Nets back. You mad, Sean. Do your job on Thursday at 6 o'clock.
6
Joe,
on the dot.
You got some recovery to do.
That's what I'm saying. The Nets fan base is still upset.
Shout out to T Rexy, bro. T Rexy hit me up. He does want to come up at some point, and I told him I definitely will bring him up.
Is F-bombs allowed on this?
What when it's T Rexy?
Try not
yes.
to.
Try not to, but if it's T Rex, then yeah.
Like, T-Rexy, yeah, he gets to
say
pass.
Well, I can't drop F-bombs.
Not right. Well, they sound kind of funny coming from you. You're really not that threatening. You don't have a threatening.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just saying, dude. T-Rex has a way of dropping F-bombs, bro. Like we've already established that. Like,
do you think you're threatening?
F-bomb. No,
so
hell
like,
no.
If
I'm not
I'm
threatening at all.
that means you're threatening.
No, you and I are the same person. So no, I'm not that.
You're not the same person.
Listen, I am not the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. Okay.
Oh, you are, dude. You're like 5'7", dude. You're 5'7".
Dude, you need to bring like oils to make your joints move.
Whoa, why
like
are you
icy
bringing oils
hot.
into this?
Icy hot.
He said icy hot.
Icy hot.
Steve also shout out to you. I put up the poll. Did you? The poll is: did you want Kyrie to sign with the Nets? 81% said yes, and 19% no. I wanted the Nets to blow it up. So 20%.
Oh damn, Patty Mills hasn't even made his decision yet, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Patty
that's
Mills
what's crazy, dude. 19% really want us to like those 19%. So you're telling me you're comfortable with
blowing it up,
losing KD? Like, should we trade while we're at it? Should we just also trade Ben Simmons? Like,
I don't understand that move.
Do you want to go back down to 12 and 70? Like, I just
with no draft picks.
Yeah, like, or if you'll have draft picks, but they're not going to be that great.
They're not going to be lottery picks.
Yeah, like, what is your? I don't
We're
fully
pretty
understand.
Much feeding Houston at that point.
I just don't exactly right. You're also exactly. Thank you. You're making. You sound like a Houston fan that's like hoping for the demise, but I just never understood the net fan that actually wants all these guys gone. Like, what is it that you're?
There are a couple of Nets fans that I saw like that were in my DMs telling me like they rather not deal with the KD Kyrie drama and just blow it all up and try to get picks and start over. But I was like, no. As a fan, I was like, how do you want that though? Because
not as Ben Simmons being your best player. Like, I'm all right with not doing that.
Yeah, I'm like, we have a championship window, and you want to just throw it all away and start over? Like, I don't get it as a fan. Some people just don't want to deal with the drama. I guess that's just some of the fan base that
Some people are just want to be entertained by the news and just be like, "Oh, this happened. Oh my god,
Yeah.
this
Oh my
happened.
gosh, is that Leb?
Yeah, I brought him
Leb's
up.
in the building.
Oh my lord!
Yo, what's good? What's good,
How you
Brandon?
feeling, Lev? How you
What's going on, Leb? Are you part of Nets Kingdom now? Are you leaving Netscast for Nets Kingdom? What's going on? We trading uniforms?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Leb's
going
not a
on?
free agent. Leb's not a free agent.
No, Leb is a free agent because I just made him one.
Leb, you a free agent? If you're a free agent, bro,
Oh
I'm ready
shit,
to
Brandon
sign.
bought me out.
Yeah, I bought you out. See, See,
Nah,
I'm
dude,
Lev's
there's no
manager.
buyout. We're just taking you, bro. Like you're part of like we just because I mean, what in the stream in the spaces the other day, he said you had zero value. So I just grabbed you.
He
Bro.
did say that the other day.
He did say that.
Damn.
Like you have plenty of value to us,
Bro, if we being honest, Netcast treats me like I'm Kyrie Irving or some shit. Like,
Damn.
Oh.
That's crazy, bro.
nah.
Damn, bro. Well, welcome to Nets Kingdom, Leb.
Well, let me read the super chat and we'll get to what Leb thinks.
I
thank
just
you.
want to say, I thought Leb was a light skinned and tall, super thin with a man bun.
That's who you thought Leb was?
No.
Oh,
Who said that? Was it
It was my guy Chris.
with the man bun. That's the funniest part of it. Shout out Daniel Cruz. He said, "Did you guys see the Nets odds to land DeAndre Ayton went from 4,000 to 400 behind the Pistons on DraftKings? What the f is going on?" Yeah, we talked about that a little bit in Scoop Spaces. It's impossible for us to, now that Kyrie opted in, it's impossible for us to get Ayton. So I don't know why. Like,
No, he's going to Detroit.
yeah, I don't know why that.
He's going to Detroit with Bridges.
You know the other
No, he's
good thing
not.
about Kyrie
Yes, he is.
staying is
No,
that
he's not.
we
They don't have
don't.
enough cap space anymore.
I was about to say, can they afford both?
But how great is it that we don't have to hear any more ridiculous trade packages now? Okay.
Oh yeah,
At least
the
we're
Lakers
not at
fans.
Russell Westbrook. Like,
Oh,
my
and shout out to
goodness.
Big Parks. You guys
Don't
think
speak
the
too
Nets
soon
could
on that
land
scene.
Mo Bamba?
Hey, Rage, they're going to trade Kelly Olynyk.
They're going to trade Kenny Olynyk, or you want Kenny Olynyk?
No, they're going to trade him to free up that cap space.
Trade him for what?
Yeah.
I like
Hey,
it.
and
I
shout
mean,
out to
Kemba
Big
Walker's
Parks.
quite
Appreciate the
good.
super chat.
They already
Big
they
Parks.
bought out Kemba Walker and they just drafted two guys. They're not going to get both of those guys. If
What
any.
about Mo Bamba? Like he's
Mo
asking. Big
Bamba, I
Parks?
don't think we have
We
a shot at
can't.
Mo
He's
Bamba.
a
We can't.
restricted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think we
Um,
have a realistic
can
shot at
get Mo
getting
Bamba.
Jonathan Isaac, though, if we want him.
Oh God.
How much money do you think he's worth?
Who?
Or are they trading him?
Isaac.
Jonathan Isaac?
He said
Yeah,
Jonathan.
$10.
is he a trading or is he a signed guy?
No,
No,
he's worth like $10.
Listen, he's a Sean Marks type of guy.
He is, and I don't want him.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'm good. I don't think
You
we
want to
do.
put him in the same room with Kyrie? Good.
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
I hope
Oh, wait.
someone's recording because that's a fight on my block. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yo,
You gotta get
say
Les's
that
reaction.
louder, yo.
Kyrie will run the fade
What'd you say?
immediately.
Yeah, go back to what you originally said, Chumps, because I think we missed that before Jay said say that louder.
Oh, like yeah, you want to put Jonathan Isaac in the same locker room with Kyrie Irving?
Yeah.
So you just want to fight in the locker room then?
Yeah, and then you know what? Then I want Grayson Allen on this team, and I want to see those two go at practice.
Listen, that's the type of guy who I'm slapping every day when I get to practice, yo.
Who?
Jonathan Isaac. Every day when I see him, I'm slapping him.
I'm dead. He said
So
I'm
not even
slapping
like
him.
a hello, not just straight up slap him when you get
Straight up slapping him. I'm talking about
Not
open
even
hand
a
slap to the
hello.
face, yo. I'm not talking about slapping in the back of the head. I'm talking about open hand slap to the face.
Yo, that's crazy.
Have y'all not heard the man talk before?
Yeah, I have.
all I
He say
needed
some
was
of the
1
most
minute of hearing him
ridiculous
talk.
things, yo. Like, come on, man.
I remember when he said he wouldn't
sounds
kneel.
like a Fox News host.
Yeah. Where's Leb though? Leb, you gotta react to the Kyrie news, man. You didn't react, bro. I guess
Oh, Leb don't want to talk now. What?
I was just thinking the same thing, Loki.
What happened, Leb? We just made you part of the team, or is Caleb calling you right now, saying, "What are you doing on
Caleb's
the
like,
team?"
get off Nets Kingdom right now.
No, he's
Shout out
putting
to
his-
Brooklyn Nets cast. Shout out
He's
to Caleb.
he's putting his
Cash.
hair into a man bun right now.
Oh my god. All right, I guess we'll read some of what the chat got to say. It was toxic tonight.
Yeah,
Uncle
guy,
Drew Part
I mean,
2.
but it's Kai, bro. What do you
Yeah.
expect?
Will Smith in the building. Shout out Raheem. Shout out Isaac. What's good, Isaac? Shout out Where Brooklyn at. What's going on, gentlemen? Glad to hear the news about Kai. Let's build now. Spaces are going crazy right now. Lakers fans are delusional. Yeah, that's the great part about Lakers fans. Like, they really thought they was gonna get Kyrie. Like, they followed everything Nets Kingdom. They was following all the Nets pages. Like, oh yeah, we about to get Kyrie. Waiting for the news, and nope.
Nah, they stuck with
Sorry.
what
They thought he'd take $6 million or a fucking Russell Westbrook's going to the like that. Just what are you thinking?
Yeah. Shout out NJ Nessman. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He didn't say nothing. Shout out on Holy Mayhem. He said glad Kyrie's back.
Oh, I got
Jose-
one thing to say.
Go ahead.
One thing to say. Let's go Mets.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Oh God.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Shout out William. He said Westbrook's coming to Brooklyn. No, he's not.
Nah.
Karuri
Thank
said
God.
there is not many game-changing players in the FA, huh? Really need to find creative ways to use the TPEs. Yeah, we got to use these TPEs because a lot of them expire in August. A lot of the TPEs expire in August.
Shout out to Uno Fish.
I see a lot of Let's Go Mets in the chat. Let's go. Hey, you know what? I got a question. Who got no hit this weekend?
Yo, man,
All right.
I want to talk about
Hey,
that.
you know what? Here,
I
watch
wonder.
it. All right, I just removed him down below.
No.
Shout out Uno Fish.
Try
I'm
that
crying right
again,
now.
Brandon. Try that again. I don't want to hear that.
And
type of
answer
what?
my question.
What?
Nah, we're not talking about that, bro. We're not,
I
Yo,
just
why
dropped-
can't
I
I,
just
why
dropped
can't I
him
chat,
again.
yo? The hell?
not talking about that right now. Uno Fish, are you crying in joy or are you crying in like disappointment?
Yeah.
Or are you crying in laughter? Shout out Uno Fish. He said he's crying right now. Somebody said, I bet you we get Carmelo. Nah. Like I said, I think our first option should go for Jalen Smith should be one of our first. Like, they got to be on the phone right now. Sean Mark's got to call him right now.
John Collins, you got to be on the phone for right now.
I just do think it is funny.
Yeah.
Shout out to William, man. Like, I do think it's funny that Lakers fans literally thought Kyrie's going to come there for $6 million. Like, and that you were like, because I had a Laker fan tweet at me going, "Thank God we're there." And I'm like, bro, did you not pay attention to like how your season was last year and like the situation you guys find yourself in now? That your only hope is that Kyrie comes there on a $6 million deal.
I'm not gonna lie, I was okay, kind of scared and thought he might have done that.
Really?
Like just to spike him. I actually thought just to spike.
I'm not even joking. Like I thought, like that's maybe the relationship was so like at that point where it was beyond repair and he was just done.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you. Funny thing is, I had a conversation recently about this Kyrie Laker stuff, and I was pretty much told definitively he ain't playing with LeBron again. They don't get down with each other like that.
They may have patched things up and can talk, but I don't think. Yeah.
Right. To where they cordial, but they not to play with each other.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, a lot of people thought it was Lakers season, and all the Lakers fans in my mentions was like, "Oh my God, we're getting Kyrie."
Does James Harden sign for the taxpayer Emily in Brooklyn?
He wants back in.
That would be hilarious.
Would that be fun if we had Ben Simmons and James Harden?
Nah, there's no way. James burned that bridge quick.
And James Harden.
Shout out Brendan. How much did this drama do you think harmed our chances at good free agents? I think it did harm our chances because, like I said,
100%.
a lot of these, everybody was watching the Nets. Like I said, we're literally worldwide, national, we're trending every day on Twitter. They're gonna see it, so it's like people are looking at us like we're running a.
They're gonna be. People are gonna look at it and they're like, they were okay with giving up Kyrie at the expense of Kevin Durant. What am I about to get myself?
Yeah, it's
into?
like, why am I signing here? Like I said, it's like this organization's a circus. That's what they basically looking at.
Remember when that Brian? Okay, I had somebody. I gotta show this tweet. But, I mean, yeah, dude. What was I gonna say? Oh, hey, once again, I gotta keep thanking, like, because I don't think you all realize for like AJ, like how much of a big deal this is. But I'm putting that back, like 10,000 subs. Appreciate, like, there's 500 people in your channel. Like, just remember, if you're a day one, AJ was sitting on a laptop, like trying to figure everything out
Discord,
with his mic,
like when we was on Discord with the crazy
Instagram
audio
pages,
the crazy audio. AJ, there would be times where it would take you 20 goddamn minutes to fix your mic, dude. It would take your mic would be off. You just showing highlights. Your mic would be off. It would take 20 minutes.
Just to know where the channel is gone now, it just that's awesome, bro. Like, I mean, ultimately, I mean, this, I gotta say this, like, because AJ picked his starting five. He brought in Chubbs, he brought in Rage, he brought in Julian, he brought in me, like, and it just opened, like, quite honestly, AJ, when starting this, opened the door. That opened us the door to like get involved in Twitter as well, like talking with people, meeting reporters, meeting like Brandon, Jay, like. Because you made this decision to do this channel,
I'm not a
bro.
reporter.
I know you're not, but I'm saying meeting you. But I'm just saying, like, because you created this channel, you did open a lot of doors for a lot of people to get to know people. And you brought good content to people that want to talk basketball, talk
Jay
about
is
the
a
Nets.
reporter, by the way.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he won't tell you. He's a Twitter
He's a
reporter.
I just
He's
came
actually-
back and yeah.
No,
the
but
beat
I got it.
writer.
I got to give you. I wanted to say this, but like we jumped right in, obviously, to think. So I'm taking this moment, like, bro, I'm glad you did this. I'm glad you made it. This
Appreciate
channel
you guys,
because
man.
it's been good shit and it's been fun. But by the way, just so you guys all know, Kyrie opted in simply for Saint. Just so you know that. Like,
Yo, who made that?
Who made that? That's
remember when?
fire.
And this is coming from Brian Crass, who was like losing his shit on Kyrie the other day in spaces. But you know, hey, thank you, I appreciate it.
Who's Brian?
Oh wait, that was the
Yes, that was him.
Yo,
Leb.
that's hilarious.
Oh, yo, Leb, now that you're here, man, what was your reaction when you heard the news about Kyrie?
I didn't expect to hear it today. So like when I saw like the little Shams notification at like the top of my screen, I was like, all right, let me go see like what this sham shit is that he's talking about. And I saw it was the Kyrie opt-in. And when I first read that it said Kyrie opted in, I was like, oh shit, because I didn't think he was just gonna opt in to sign with us. So I was like, oh man, if he's opting in, it's over. And then I kept reading, and it said all that stuff about committing for a 4th year. I was like, oh, let's go. So I'm super excited to bring Kyrie back. I really wish that we would have just signed an extension with him.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have gone through all this shit through the media and everything. And but
it's tough to be a Nets fan. It was tough to be a Nets fan like during this time. Like it's like, bro, like it was crazy.
Nah, this was a
bro.
piece of cake. Are you kidding me? Imagine watching Stephen Graham, Johan Petro,
Oh yeah, you're right though. Yeah.
Sundiata Gaines, Jordan Williams share the floor together. I mean,
I'm just talking about the nervousness. Like it's just like
yeah.
It's just the suspense that we were waiting.
Think
in.
about how I
the
felt.
suspense.
I finished my volleyball game. My phone was blowing up. Look at where's BL City 5 and his takes now. I'm just like, what is happening?
Bro, watching you, Jillian, play basketball was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Who? Each one more?
Chris Humphries?
Right. Oh no,
Marshawn Brooks.
Oh no, Sasha Vujacic was the best player on that team.
Oh god! Shout out Uno Fish. He said yesterday I was scared Kai is leaving. Now I'm very happy Kai is staying. I'm a huge KD and Kai fan. Let's go Nets. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, Uno Fish. Because I see that. I wonder. Does that mean CA against the money? Does that mean California or is that Canada?
That's
I think
Canadian.
I think you're
Canadian. Oh,
shout out
California.
Canada.
I don't know. You never know, bro.
That's I'm not gonna lie. That's low key my favorite type of
Toronto, eh?
Hey, back onto the topic really quickly.
Hoser, eh?
Go ahead,
10,000 subs for you guys. Do you know like where you were like at the start of last season, by chance?
Where were we the start of last season?
I think by the end of the start of not the start of this past season.
Yeah, like the start of the season we just went through.
I think we were around, weren't we somewhere around 5 to 6, something in that 5 to 7 range? I think we were. I
think around like 4 or 5.
Oh, really?
I mean, I think we could have grown bigger, but we're a net centric,
Yes.
If the Nets made it further,
we also got swept in the first round.
Yeah, if we made it further in the playoffs, we probably would have hit a lot.
And to be fair, Saint gets tired, so he has to go there like 8 o'clock.
Brandon, you're so terrible, bro.
So I mean, he's pretty old. So I mean, they can't stay up very late.
Just do me a favor before the next season. Do me a favor for the next, brush up on jokes, timing. Get a book on how to be a comedian. It might help you. It really would.
Listen, I'm not a paid comedian unless you want to pay me.
Oh God.
So
I don't know how Jay does this.
You saw that tweet that Nets Daily put out that he said it was not just a Kyrie thing. It was he said buckle up for something else. Y'all think that's troublesome, or did we just
No, I mean, let's be real. If you're okay, to me, Sean Marks has to know. He can't just do basic shit this offseason. He has to know that. Whether he gets his targets, and Jay always says this, how the hell did we not get this? And then to the point, it's well, a player does have a decision whether to come. We may offer them this, but he chose over here. I'm sure they offered Jeff Green something, but Jeff Green wanted to go over here. There's that aspect of it too. he has to know he has to do better this offseason than he did previous seasons. Like, there's no way he doesn't know that.
Do you think that
He doesn't know that.
Do you think
You don't
Kyrie
think so?
signed? Do you think Kyrie signed and was like, I think this guy Sean's gonna be out of here in a year, so let me just sign now.
Yep, I
Sean's
think
out of here.
That's a good point. But I also think Joe Tsai is a big problem too.
Yeah, he might extend Sean. That's the scary part. He might extend
God, I
him.
hope not.
If he extends Sean and not Kyrie.
But like I said, this is Sean's year. Like I said, Sean, you got all the scrutiny now, but this is you gotta. Sean, don't try to pass the blame to Nash. Fire some assistant coaches. Like this is on you. Like you gotta have to develop this roster. If you don't do the roster, construct the roster right this season, everybody's gonna be looking at you like you're crazy, bro. So it's like it's on you.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, this does kind of put it on. Like all the people that think Sean Marks can do no wrong. Well, now it's back on you. The Kyrie thing's been taken off the table. He's going to be part of the team. So what are you going to do? You sat in a press conference saying all the things that you were going to do and go back to. You even had Steve Nash saying we were too small out there,
and how there were holes to fill, and how
now, if anything. Like Kyrie's situations, it's done. It's out of the way for now, for the time being.
And free agency hasn't even started yet. So Sean Marks, you should be able to make some moves this year.
Yeah, he's got to start ASAP. Like T-Rex, he said Thursday at 6 on the dot. You got to start, Sean. Like you got to start early.
And the thing is, now you have Kyrie back, and you have Kyrie, and you're no longer going to worry about KD. Yes, maybe some shit did shake up a little bit with free agency, with free agents and how they think, but. They still have a chance to come play with the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie, KD, Ben Simmons. I'm sure there will be there's free agents who would be willing to join. You just got to recruit. You got to get players.
Shout out Marcus Messiah.
Legal tampering starts Wednesday at 6:00. By the way.
Oh yeah, Jay, are you here still?
Legal tampering.
Legal tampering.
Hey Jay, are you still here, bro? Or did you step away?
Won't you beg him some more, Saint?
No, because Jay made a great I'm gonna say because Jay made a great point when we were in Scoops earlier in the day. Scoop, we were all in Scoops. Remember what you said about tampering and Woj's tweet? Why don't you explain that?
One of maybe it's Woj. I think it's Woj, Bobby Marks, or Wendy. They put out a tweet earlier today that said you can discuss signing trades as of Thursday. Woj then tweeted tonight that they could not find a sign and trade. That means that he admitted that the Nets have been tampering, which is against NBA rules, and they should be fined.
Wow.
If you can't do it until Thursday, and then Woj admits that they've been doing it right now, hello?
I mean, yeah, that is.
You just really pointed out.
You let your mouthpiece. Mouthpiece.
I'm expecting the NBA to fine. I don't know. I am expecting the NBA to fine, but we'll see. Maybe the NBA is just. It's funny because I feel like the NBA chooses who to fine and chooses when to fine. Like they're very choosy like that. Every time.
But you know what? The NBA would really tell us something if Sean Marks and the organization wasn't fined, because when it comes to the players, they fine Kyrie for cursing, they fine KD for cursing. Devin Booker told the fan, "Shut your punk ass up." He ain't get fined. LeBron told the fan, "Shut your ass up." He ain't get fined. It's like, come on, man. We picking and choosing who we gonna find.
Yeah.
Make your rule standard for everybody.
Especially the way they handle the whole like talking to the fans thing. I'm like, come on, bro.
And didn't you? Cypher said tampering, a fine for tampering is a second-round pick. We don't have any of those.
No, we shipped him off with DJ.
We don't have any of those. So what can they take?
Yeah, don't have no second rounds. I see a lot of people in the chat, I guess, posting a lot of trades. Like I said, I think what we have to do first. Well, we'll see if the John Collins thing follows through. If Sean actually does work and tries to get John Collins. But as far as free agents concerned, Jalen Smith, man, I'm telling you, we got to get him. He's going to be the hottest one on the free agent market.
I think
you know who we got to get.
Or you got it.
Andre Drummond. He's a free agent.
Yo,
we got to go after him.
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna lie. His combined 12 rebounds in the postseason was absolutely phenomenal. I can't.
Yo, Andre Drummond was a disappointment in the playoffs, bro. It's crazy because he actually played well this year, and then like the playoffs, I was like, what?
I mean, the first 3 games. I mean, people thought he was some god, and then then they had to get reminded who Andre Drummond really was.
I was like, you're going to average 3 rebounds when we need you to be you're supposed to be the best rebounder in our generation.
12 rebounds in the postseason. Great job, Andre Drummond. You got out rebounded by Seth Curry every game. Good job.
Kyrie was even out rebounding Andre. I was like, this is unbelievable.
Bro, I almost out rebounded Andre Drummond in the game, bro. That's insane.
Yo, who's the NBA player who's now a professional beach volleyball?
Chase Budinger.
Chase Budinger, right?
Join him, Drummond.
That's what Drummond was auditioning for, yo. Volleyball pass.
Yo, Chase Budinger may have been in the stands, Jay. It's possible.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Imagine Andre Drummond and go join the volleyball league. Like that'd be hilarious.
I mean, he should. I mean, that was like the best thing he's good.
That was a very good set.
That might be his
right
best talent at this point in time.
Yeah.
And there's some fans who want him back.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's a great commodity.
Shout out Pretzel Cheese. Pretzel Cheese said, as a lifelong Nets fan in Chicago, I couldn't tell you what a relief it was to see him opt in. I just rebought the JMB jersey because Katie signed it. Game 6 in Milwaukee. Revenge tour. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Shy Rack.
Is this considered the Sean Marks revenge tour?
I hope so. I hope so.
Yo, who is that from Chicago?
His name is Pretzel Cheese.
Pretzel Cheese, bro.
Nice.
I wish he could send some damn Harold's chicken through the damn chat screen or something, man.
We're in Chicago, man.
Chicago's overrated.
It is?
What? Are you kidding?
Another bad take by Brandon.
Oh my
So you just
God,
said that and didn't say anything else after that?
All Chicago people in the chat about to go crazy.
he really said nothing after that. He said nothing. Like, he was dead silent.
Just put that out there.
Oh, man. Let's see what here. Okay, minutes at the 5 have to go to Claxton and Simmons. How y'all feel about that?
Nah, that's why we get John Collins, because he can play the 5.
No, that's why you re-sign Andre Drummond. Come on, man.
So what does that John Collins package look like?
Joe Harris.
Whoa, pause.
Oh,
Pause, Brandon.
I had to think about
that
that.
just hit me too. Like right when he said that, I
What
was
does
like,
John Collins package look like? It's like, oh,
yo,
You see, I went completely silent. Completely silent.
Oh man.
How about what does a trade package for John Collins look like?
No,
That's what he meant the first
Just
time.
use that word.
Yeah, but that's not what it sounded like, bro.
Saint wants to
That's
be like,
exactly
you know
what he
what?
said
Let
the
me
first time.
examine his package.
All right,
That's what
listen. I mean, I think Joe Harris has got to be in that. I think that's number one, right? Like, 'cause
Seth
you
How much
gotta-
do
Seth
How much do
Curry
they value
already-
John Collins though? Because we saw Jeremy Grant go for nothing.
Listen,
Yeah,
John
I mean,
Collins way better than Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's how much do they value John Collins, because if anything, they've been messy in terms of so many different people are reporting that there's just no coming back.
Yeah.
And we've heard him rumored to a number of teams already. So at a certain point, you know, and they're trying to save money if they really want to re-up DeAndre Hunter and Onyeka Okongwu.
So
Joe Tsai's trying to cut money too, though.
Yeah, he's a.
I also think this like kind of takes. Oh shit! I'm gonna bring somebody up here, but I also think it kind of took Joe Tsai off the hook too a little bit from having to like really step in, because like that's where I was kind of going with it, where I was
Joe
kind
Tsai
of
wasn't
hoping.
I
was still holding hope that like maybe Joe would step in and say, "Just get this done, sign him, give him the Mac." But yeah, no, that didn't.
You know
happen.
what's crazy? I actually think Joe Tsai was a little bit behind the toxicity.
Oh, me too. When he liked the tweet, he was stirring
I'm
pot.
seriously. I think that he leaked a little bit to Woj as well.
Yeah. Hey,
Because you got to think about it. Sean Marks has never really moved like that.
welcoming to the stage is the one, the only T-Rexy.
Oh, I like the picture.
T-Rex,
Yo, what's good, everybody?
what's good, T-Rex? How you feeling,
What
bro?
up?
Good, man. This is my
What
late
up?
dog on the picture. That's my late dog right there. R&B points. But like,
R.I.P.
man, yo, this is I'm sick of time walking with Nets fan who want the culture team back. Like, where you going to get at? Where you going with that team? Well, I understand you just hate Kyrie for no reason. Yeah, I'm not giving Kyrie no excuse for that walk off on the 11th day in, but it is what it is, man. We stuck in the luxury tax. Like, you use Kyrie for nothing, you can't replace him, you can't replace him with money.
Yeah.
And I feel like people just argue about everything Kyrie, argue with other Nets fans to make right, but ain't no info, nothing. I keep telling these Nets fans, yo, if Kyrie's gone, KD's gone. They talk about, oh, KD chose the Nets because the coach in there. No, he was about to choose the Knicks. Like, get that out of your head, man. KD wasn't planning to go to the Nets while Kyrie, man. So we should be thankful for that. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of these Lakers fans on Twitter, especially this guy named, what's this guy name, man? Well, every time I see who?
Westbrook? You talking about Westbrook?
No, it's this Lakers fan who made this Twitter space every day by Kyrie. Went to get him, how to get Kyrie to LA. Like, shut up, bro. You're not getting Kyrie to LA, man. Like, keep that dream out of your head. Like, keep that part in your head. You got Westbrook, you shut with Westbrook. Shut up. Mind your business about Kyrie. And third, yo, Sean Marks, you got what to do. I'm not playing with Sean Marks this year, man. I get him past 2 years, but right now, this is go time. I keep saying this. The Eastern Conference is wide open. I don't, the Boston Celtics beat us. We got some formulas how to beat the Celtics. I believe we still better than Celtics. We just got to do our job. The Eastern Conference is wide open. Miami don't scare me. Bo- Boston could get better, but they don't scare me. Fuck the Chicago. Fuck ATL. Fuck Charlotte. Whatever, man. It's wide open.
Yeah.
And we should put our team to do it. As lastly, Joe sign, yo, you can't be cheap, man. You can't be going in and stop clearing on us, man. At the middle of the era, man.
Yeah.
You pay the lucky tax, and you want to try to be cheap, try to like play low ball on Kyrie for what? You ain't raised the ticket price 3 times, so you gonna raise the ticket price and not get us no superstar? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Preach.
Joe Tsai, you so lucky. You still got Kyrie, KD, and you lose both of them. I swear, I will never buy no Nets gear, no Nets slipper, no Nets ticket, no jacket. I'm not wearing no jacket. I'm probably not even talk about the Nets this season for your nonsense. That's all to say, man. And I can't wait for the rookies, summer league. I think next week we see what they're all about. They're all playing this week, and one spot left for the two-way. And you got to talk about David Jr. He got to step up. He want the spot. You better take it. That's all to say.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm glad you brought the two ways up because we gotta talk about that too. But everything Rexy said is facts. Like we gotta apply pressure to Sean Marks and Joe Style. Like now that they got Kyrie to get, not really cave, but I guess do the 1 year. It's like, what we gonna do with the roster now? Like make moves. It's time. Like no, there's no more waiting. There's no more waiting for those moves. Like you gotta do it now. But shout out to Adam. What's good, Adam? But yeah,
I'm gonna bring if he has time. I'm gonna bring Adam up too.
Oh,
I gotta hear his perspective.
With the 4 undrafted signings, what do you guys feel about that? I know we have Donovan, got Alondes. We have like one center, I think, who's basically like a rebound kind of center, and then I think Taze is a guard from Houston.
You talking about the dude from Harvard?
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
DJ.
Noah Kirkwood, the 6'7". He's a 6'7" point guard.
I mean, they were more new to me. I was like, who the fuck are these people? Why
Yeah,
to Walt Harper Jr.? Why to those players?
yeah. We didn't address I feel like we could have got more wings because we got a lot of the Bruce Brown molds, like the Alondes and Tays. They kind of remind me of Bruce Brown, DDJ kind of guys. So it's like we got another. It's like we're doing it again with signing the same type of player. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we did that again in the undrafted signings. Like we should.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie, you see KD post something. Yeah, the wave of the future of the NBA is wings, 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 and then Marks goes, "No, it's guards, guards, guards."
Guards is the
like
future
straight
of the league.
up, like that's what it was.
That's what I'm afraid of with the off season, bro. I'm afraid of.
Hey, welcome. I brought up Adam from Locked On Nets.
So
Right on the
I had
stage.
Let me read this super chat, and we'll get to Adam. Shout out Made in Brooklyn. He said, "Has Josiah already lost the fan base by waging war against Kyrie in the media?" Ooh, that's a good question. I think it's teetering. Like I don't think the fan base is happy with Joe and Sean right now. The way things are being run. There's definitely not all dandelions and
John Wall just got bought out, by the way.
John Wall just got bought out?
Yeah, that's a Christmas.
What?
Who got bought out?
John Wall to the Nets on a vet minimum. John Wall.
Let's go. Let's get John Wall. I don't care.
John Wall. I don't know if that's like our need though. Would y'all take John Wall?
I would gladly take John Wall.
Yeah,
I don't think. You think John Wall come here on a vet?
I'll drive to the airport and pick him up if I need to.
He would have to be a backup point guard for us though. He wouldn't be able to start.
So what? What they telling, man?
I don't know if he would come here, but
I doubt he comes. After what he just saw on the news, I doubt he would. What he saw happen. Yeah, I doubt he comes here, bro.
Dude wasn't worth 40+ million, but I mean, he's worth more than a vet minimum. I think that's
yeah. Oh, but go ahead, Adam. Your take on the news. What was your reaction?
That's all good.
No, be honest. Don't save your shit for just hit us.
No, listen, we already behind the curtain. We recorded our episode after it came out that he was going to that he it was given permission for a sign and trade, and then within
when you finished it, then wow,
yeah. So Doug and I got right back on and re-recorded to update it. So I mean, listen, I think there's that question up there about is the fan base completely turned on Sean Marks? I think that's a kind of a separate piece to this, but this is a pause button. To me, it's a pause button. It's a positive.
Thank you.
It's definitely a positive. This is good for both sides.
Thank you. What I said. Thank you.
The NBA landscape. If you're Kyrie Irving and you're talking about here's my list of sign and trade teams. I still want to get that max contract, so let's facilitate that. Then you hear that the Lakers are interested and Brooklyn has no desire to be taking back Russell Westbrook's contract, so that kills it. It kills the short-term prospects for Kyrie, and it makes sense for him to say, I can get paid on this year. I opt in. I reset my market value. Can go back to free agency. Can give a lot of teams a year to prepare themselves accordingly if I'm going to go to free agency. And it obviously leaves it open for the Nets and for Kyrie to come to a long-term extension. And I think one of the best parts or one of the biggest pieces about this is I do think that Sean Marks and the Nets and ownership were willing to say, if we can't have this resolved with Kyrie the way that we feel comfortable, then ultimately we look at our championship prospects, even with Kevin Durant, at least in the short term, we go, you know what? We can't scramble fast enough to keep this window open the right way. So we might very well be willing to let it all blow up. And that was for Kyrie to make that decision. By opting in, though, you get the benefit of now. Remember, we never saw Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. So now when the season starts, you get that sample. And based off of that, things could still look different as you work to the start of the season and as you work towards the trade deadline. But now you at least afford the ability for everyone to get a sense of what does this team potentially look like? We technically don't know that.
Yeah. I know, to me, because I said something not as eloquently as you did, but I said I brought up a couple of the things that you said in my opening kind of monologue about it, where it's like it does Kyrie, and I think Kyrie choosing, and obviously he could have gone a different way with it, Like, to me, I look at it like he chose the right move, whether you want to say he chose to be the bigger man in the situation. I think it does there's a lot of positives to it. Obviously, there is some concern to it. Like, if you want to look at it like dude gets hurt, I mean, there is some negatives and positives, but I think it shuts a lot of the narrative up and it allows you to focus.
By the way, he should have done this. He should have done this immediately, though. Like
no. The reason why I'll disagree on that, because why would you not want to try and get the max contract that you feel you deserve?
Oh no, like not because not because you don't feel like you deserve it. Like obviously,
yeah,
but
I get what you're saying. Like, but
from a perspective shifting, like you would immediately have shifted things back to, okay, Kyrie Irving understands it hasn't all been perfect on either side. Hey, I'm acknowledging it. I'm opting. And by the way, if you say you opted in the first second of the offseason, then you would have had this entire summer to be having these discussions about an extension. Like, I'm not saying you opt in and, hey, I'll see you for the regular season and we'll go from there. That probably would have been like the first thing they could have done. And listen, you can talk it from 1,000 angles of should the Nets have done.
I was gonna say if he opts in, he loses his leverage right away. Like the Nets could just be like laugh at him when he says, "Oh, can I get a max?" Like they could just laugh at him. And
oh yeah, for sure. And yeah, and in some ways that's agree or disagree with it. That's what Sean Marks. That's the message that he was sending in the end of the season press conference. Right? It was we're not willing to go down that road. And again, I know that if people are Kyrie Irving fans, I understand why. The way that I talk about it sometimes is I think people are irritated by it. If you're a Nets organization, I think that the fan of the organization first or whatever we'll say. I think that those fans have it a little bit backwards when they're like, yeah, this the way that they talk about him. I think there is a balance to it. Like Kyrie has not been perfect, and I just when you focus on this last year as being this is why the organization has been so out of whack and why Kyrie has been done so wrong, I'll eliminate this past season. I'll go to the first 2 years of his time in Brooklyn and say there were breadcrumbs there that suggested this was not the perfect relationship on both sides. And ultimately, you end up in circumstances like this.
Well, let me ask you this, Adam, because like there seems to be like a disconnect with the players in the front office. Do you think like now the gap is even wider? Like the players kind of looking at Sean and Joe like, why are you guys doing this? Like, what's going on here? Like, or do you think everything is cool? Like everything is like
no, everything's not cool. But I think like again, opting in affords you this. Now you give yourself some runway, right? To be like, hey, we can feel better about this by the time we get to the regular season, right? By the time we start playing games together and we get in the year and there's wins and it looks like we're one of the better teams, etc. A lot of this stuff goes by wayside. Like there is an element of it. It feels personal for when you're examining it, but this is business, right? Like Kyrie Irving wants to be he's a talent that is deserving of a max contract. The Brooklyn Nets organization is thinking, can we fully commit and trust those dollars to him? What is our franchise window? What is the dollars and cents of it all, right? So I think you can leave it at that to a certain point. But again, this was the best outcome in the short term. Like when Doug and I talked about this early in the summer, I said, I think the best scenario is that Kyrie opts into the final year of his contract and they revisit it throughout the course of the season or next off season. And this is the best for both sides. And it's not the perfect for both sides. This is not the ideal, but it's the best short-term solution that allows you to say, like, let's see. And if it all falls apart, there'll be opportunities for the Brooklyn organization to do things at the deadline, and there'll be opportunities for the players to do it as well.
I think, and Adam, tell me real quick 2 things. One, how do you feel about this new show called Locked On Nets Kingdom? I don't know.
Locked On Nets Kingdom.
But the other thing is, I feel like this move by Kyrie opting in, it immediately kills a lot of potential for this to have gone even worse. Like I think you kind of halt it in its track. Both sides get something here. You don't lose Kevin Durant potentially. The team gets their prove it year that I think they wanted, right? Like they want to feel like he's here. That should make some fans happy, right? Like we already dealt with like the majority of people that were, even though he accepted 1 year, like they're still mad that he's here, but whatever, get over it. But it's like, and then
Yeah,
Kai
that segment of
gets
the fan
focus-
base, I don't have a lot of patience for.
Yeah, exactly. Me
I don't have
either, like,
again. I equally don't have a lot of patience for fans that want to sit here and explain why everything that Sean Marks has ever done is a disaster, and he's one of the worst GMs in the
you
history of the
gotta
game.
find
Like,
a balance.
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, I agree with that.
You guys are definitely, you and Sane are definitely the balanced fan base, the fans of
Well,
the
no,
Nets
I
nation.
mean, but you have to. I think you just like, I understand the frustrations of like what some people are saying about Sean Marks, and I share some of those, right? But then, and then also on the flip side, and I look at the Kyrie situation, it's like, I'm not like, I can be behind the guy, support him, support his decision, see what value he brings to this team if he's playing and he's there full time. But then on the flip side, also understand that, like, hey, and this is the thing, I'm using Kyrie's own words in his interviews when asked about these things, where he comes out and tells you, yes, I didn't realize the extent of my decision, the consequences that it was going to have. Like, I'm not saying anything that Kyrie hasn't said himself. So for me, it's like, when this went down, and Jay can tell you, I talked with Jay, where it was just like, bro, like this decision, although be it may not made everybody happy, and where to take away your uneasy feeling, AJ, that you were sharing, it's like, at the same time though, it does solve a lot of problems for the time being. Yes, does it kick the can down the road? Yes, but guess what? The can is either going to be, when it's kicked down and it's at that end of the road, we're either going to find ourselves back where we are right now, finding out that he opted in, or there's going to be a no-brainer that you re-sign Kyrie, right? Like, it's and it's like you're already going to have I think you'll have your answer by then. By the end of the season of next year, you're going to know which way this is going to go.
I was going to ask everybody on the panel, right? So, because I asked Saint this when I called him today, I was like, do you see a situation where the Nets could trade Kyrie? Let's say if he gets hurt or something happens by the deadline, do you see a situation where they could? Would you think they're capable of trading it without asking KD or without,
Yeah, I think it's, how's the season going? I don't think if he were to get injured, I don't think there would. I guess someone trying to buy,
I think
get him pennies on the dollar, but
a lot of factors would have to play in.
Yeah, what's the team's record look like? What are the problems? Really, you want to say, is there a scenario where they would maybe trade Kyrie? That may end up coming down to, well, was Ben Simmons healthy to start the year? How did he look? What was the collective result of those three players together? And if that wasn't working out, or if Ben Simmons suffered a setback, then you could maybe get like this long-term perspective. If all of a sudden you heard Nets and Kyrie mutually agreeing to seek a trade before the deadline, that would be, hey, we were willing to push pause for a season, but this one's going to fall apart, and maybe I can go, get to my future destination that much sooner. And I will just say too, to Saint's point about like pushing the pause button on Kevin Durant, is obviously staving off that potential outcome. That's a big factor too. And one of the things that we're going to be exploring like this week is kind of, what was Kevin Durant's impact on this whole situation on both sides? He steered clear and stayed away, wasn't communicating with the organization, said he was talking with Kyrie, but wasn't talking about this, just talking personal stuff. And in that way, like if we want to pat our, the best player on the back, you can be like, by steering clear of it, you let it be what it was going to be. You did not put your hands on it and force something to happen that either side or both sides did not necessarily want to see occur. So that's the strong of it. I am a little curious if we would ever hear down the road that Kevin Durant maybe did get in Kyrie Irving's ear just a little bit and said, hey man, if you opt in and we get out there together, it's going to resolve itself, right? We're going to end up in the same end result of you getting max dollars and being here in Brooklyn.
Yeah, everything has to go right this year, man. I can't it's a prove it year for Kyrie, but it's also a prove it year for Sean Marks. I don't want Nets fans to forget that too. Like, Sean Marks have had two straight years.
It's a prove it year for a whole bunch of.
We gotta win. We gotta win out, man. We gotta win. We've had years.
You have to make this
roster
like
years.
This is the second straight year of him like not doing the roster well, and like he's got to. This is a prove a year for him.
And this is about to be year 3. This is about to be year 3 of us having stars on our team.
Yeah. Well, think about all the different levels of prove it, right? But
Adam, hold on a second. Ray, year 4.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking that we are. This is the 4th one. What's up, Jay? I didn't even know. I only see the icons. I didn't know you're up.
What up?
No, but we talk about the levels of prove it, right? So you have Sean Marks, of course, whatever level you want to put it on. You have Steve Nash, you have Kyrie Irving, and we talk about proving it. I mean, you can say proving commitment. It's not like we're proving, what he is. Everyone knows what he is. Or if you think he needs to prove something on the court, that's a no brainer. I'll keep pause here. Do you guys need to talk some?
Yeah, real quick.
There are two.
This is my favorite name.
Shane, you got to read the other one.
Okay, I'll go back up here. Okay, I'll read this one while I'm looking for the other one. Shout out to pimp named Slickback. I love his fucking name. Can I just say shout out to all the Knicks fans doing a parade? Y'all traded a lottery pick to clear cap for Brunson. Even in the Nets' worst case scenario, we're better than you. There's levels to this. I respect a man that's willing to pay $10 to cap on the fucking
you gotta love it, man.
Dude,
I'm not a huge fan of trolling fan bases, but I'm a huge fan. No, but I'm a massive fan of paying to do it though. Like that's
I mean, I'm just saying, like that's go like you pay to say I love it, dude. I'm all about it.
Knicks fans, silly Knicks fans.
And shout out to Made in Brooklyn, an OG fan here. Kyrie trade rumors will now dominate Nets media right up until the trade date. Opting just shits the drum. There definitely is some truth to that, but I also think if the Nets are smoking people out there and we're having an amazing season, I think it's not as bad as if we're losing. Obviously, if to shout out, like some people were saying, like we have to win, right? Like, and if we enter into next season and we're killing it. No, if we're losing it, obviously it's probably the biggest news around regarding us. But I think if we're winning it, we're killing it, we're at the top of the division, say we're first, second, whatever. I think you hear it, but I don't think you hear it as loudly as if we're not doing well.
No, you'll get some of it like short term. You'll get some of it like now. It'll be like, hey, he opted in, but it doesn't mean like we're talking about like you'll get that right now. But I think like once you get through this cycle of it, there's going to be no point. And I just mean it from a media coverage. There's no value in like talking about it a month from now.
It's going to be at some point you're going to look stupid to keep asking the same question. Not that it didn't stop them all last season.
Bro.
And also with him opting in now, it's say Kyrie is playing all of his games and we're already past the trade deadline and we haven't traded him yet. Say he keeps playing and he's doing what he has to do, you can extend him. You have till next year, June 30th, to sign him to a contract extension. If he proves himself and he's playing all these games and you're in like game 70, why not just sign him to that big contract extension? You know
the other point. Nah, go ahead. Let me finish this. My fault.
I was gonna say, like, do you think that Sean Marks and Josiah are waiting for him just to prove it this year, or do you think they don't want him, like something else is holding them back from signing the extension?
I think they saw what happened last year. This is just my personal opinion. Mm-hmm. I think they saw what happened last year. Him sit out a bunch of games, and for some that he obviously could have chose to took and. For the team and him be able to play full games, and obviously like he should have played a little bit more because the Nets paid him to sit out. But I think they want to go through a year where there's no distractions, and obviously you saw a report that they didn't want to go back to what happened last year. They'd rather get rid of KD and Kyrie. I don't know how crazy that is, but
the reason I asked you that because it's like I wish it was that easy. Like, oh, Kyrie plays 75 games. Here's your 5 years. I don't think it's like, I feel like they made it for some reason. This is just my opinion, but it feels like it's more personal with them and Kyrie. It's not like play your 75 games. There's your 5 years, 260.
Yeah, I think there might be some more to it, but I also feel like if Kyrie plays this whole year without any distractions, any injuries, like if he doesn't get injured and nothing happens, there is no reason for you not to fully extend him. Now you don't have an excuse, Sean. Now you have zero excuse.
I think you're going to see.
Go
for it. No. I was just going to make a ridiculous take and say that you heard it here first and say John Wall is going to agree to a vet minimum with the Nets, and then we're going to trade for John Collins. That's what I.
Well,
You heard it here first.
What I was going to say was like that. You know, I get the idea of it being personal, but again, like I'll pull it back to maybe the biggest driving force, as Jay, corrected, year 4, right? And wherever the responsibility lies for what's gone successfully or not, it has not been as successful as it's supposed to be. So just from an organizational standpoint, now you can just talk having superstars is what drives money anyway. But if they're looking at it as what is our end goal? Are we going to achieve that ultimate end goal? That's what I think is the haggling around. Let's do this on the opt-in year for 1 year. It's not even about like there's some concerns around reliability or consistency, right? But it's more about we just don't know. Kevin Durant, he was 2.5, 3 years younger a second ago. Like he has gotten older. So now all of a sudden that version of like when we first did it, we were already supposed to have won a championship by this point, right? Like that's what was supposed to have happened. Now we're talking about we have Kevin Durant under contract. We have Ben Simmons. We could either be a step away from winning a championship or two over the next 4 years, or a step away from seeing if Ben Simmons can reclaim his trade value and moving pieces away. So I just think there's that part to it. But Saint, as you mentioned, not the first ridiculous part about John Wall, but the second part.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. That's a hot take.
The second part, I will say, and I'll probably end up doing something over on my side of things around this. Like, if I'm the Brooklyn Nets now, though, and I think this came up the last time that I was on with you guys. I know, Jay, we were talking about it. If you can put together a package of Joe Harris and Nicholas Claxton on his side in trade, or Joe Harris and Cam Thomas, or any of these pieces, if you can find a way to facilitate getting John Collins onto this roster, that is how you dominate this upcoming season. You are a force in the NBA for the next, and he's under contract, I think, for 4 seasons. He's 24 years old. It's under 24 million this year. Yeah. You bring him in, you secure not only the immediacy of like winning titles with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, but you also solidify what you'll be in the post Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving era, because then you have some young talent and legitimate established young talent on this roster. Like if I'm now, you've gotten Kyrie for this year, I find a way to further go all in on this circumstance.
You have to add on to that. You have to, and Adam, before you got on, Saint had asked about trade targets or people who we think we should target, trade or free agent. The reality is, if you're in the conversation for a guy like John Collins, and I know a number of people may not like him, he's young enough that you don't have to play KD. KD should not be playing more minutes than his age.
And he shouldn't have to play the 4 or the 5 either.
And not the 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And you now have protection for him not to do that. And if we're going to be honest, people don't want to be honest about it. And I don't know how long, and I say you, like just as a broad stroke, I don't know how long you have been a Nets fan, but John Collins immediately becomes our best power forward since Kenyon Martin, which is almost 20 years ago.
I would love to hear from people that don't like John Collins. I would love to hear.
Well, there's people in the chat right now saying he's not all that. He's not.
To me, he pushes the needle for us. He pushes the needle for us if we get him. That's just.
I don't. Yeah. I don't understand. He's a two-way player that can hit the shot from the outside. He can run the floor.
He's another energy guy. Another energy guy who will get fans out of their seats.
Great rebounder.
Insane dunks.
And that was the thing. Like
insane dunks, and it's not even just that. You get the rebounds and you get the effort and energy. That's another thing we needed in this team. We needed some effort and some energy. And he's still pretty young.
Oh, John Wall wants the Clippers.
Rage. They want to go back to the days of Rondé Hollis Jefferson as our power forward. And I'm not slandering the next guy because I actually love him. They want to go back to the days of Trevion Graham as a power forward. They want to revisit Elmer Fudd as a power forward. What exactly are we doing? Like, Adam, I'm with you 100%. Somebody, can you give me valid reasons of why you don't want John Collins.
Right. Don't say he's not all that.
All kinds of
Not
reasons.
that.
Yeah,
Like
someone mentioned, he's 24. He's 24, and I mean, he just shot 39% from three a season ago. That's something, and he shot 36.9. Like that's still good enough. Like he can still shoot threes, and he's still nice to have on the court with Ben Simmons. He's another guy to help us, and you still have your shooters and Seth Curry and Patty Mills with the ops in.
Well,
that's my point. Like even
hate
just
to break the news to you guys, but John Wall's planning to sign with the Clippers.
Oh wow!
Oh,
that just dropped.
Yeah, that just dropped.
Planning to sign with?
Yeah. Once he
clears
waivers
with the Clippers, once he clears waivers.
He has to clear waivers.
Dang, Saint, you were wrong.
Hey, I told you it was a hot take. You know,
he was not coming here.
No,
just in case I was right, you know, at least there was video.
Oh, what did Saint say? It was done deal.
Say he was going to come here on a bet.
It was a done deal.
It was just a hot take, though. So you can't really get mad at Saint. It was just a hot take.
Yeah, I'm trying. I gotta, you know.
You gotta throw something out there.
Sometimes you gotta throw shit out there. If it sticks on the wall, great. If it doesn't, you know.
Exactly. It's all what Stephen A does. Stephen A does that all the time.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving to the New York Knicks. You're not doing that.
Yeah, that was one of probably I think when I heard not too long ago, just saw the clip of Stephen A. basically saying, "I'll take Kyrie Irving." Like as soon as I heard that, I'm like, bro, we already knew you were a dumbass.
What did you just do in the draft? And you're telling me you want to pay money for Jalen Brunson? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Oh, shout out. Oh, sorry, we both hit it. My bad. Shout out to Sean's Colin a baller. With him, Ben, you contend and rebuild simultaneously. It's no brainer. Trade anyone outside of Big Three. I don't disagree.
No more safe, man. I've been saying that all year. No more safe. You trade player to pull player, I do it, man. I get you, John Collins. I keep saying about John Collins. You don't play with Trey Young. He's a ball hog, man. They don't fit together. I take John Collins. Shit classic, shit better overtime ATL game, man.
Hey, Rexy, we're getting major feedback from you. I don't know. It's hard to hear you.
Let me ask a question, because this is where I guess I'll be confused. Didn't we? For you all who are Nets fans who are saying you don't want John Collins, I know we got swept, but was it that long ago that you and I witnessed Patty Mills guarding Al Horford? Are we really trying to revisit that?
Like, yeah.
My God, man, come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of Nets fans saw that as a plus matchup for us.
And then a year before, right? Tyler Johnson on Jason Tatum. Are you kidding me?
So let me get this straight. The very same Nets fans that I heard that said they were okay with us losing Kyrie and KD are the same also guys that want us to re-sign Bruce Brown, keep Patty Mills, bring back all the same young small guys, and like it's like either straight troll or you are literally like you have no idea. You've never watched basketball.
How you feel about this? Somebody said John Collins is too expensive. Get Mo Bamba instead.
Wait, so John Collins is realistic, but Mo
yeah,
Bamba.
but if you're trading Joe Harris's contract for John Collins, it's not. You just swap. You're swapping.
You're not signing John Collins.
Yeah, you're swapping contracts.
He'll be making 23, 25, and 26.
Yeah.
And then he'll opt out of the player option.
We're still over the cap regardless.
It's essentially, and I didn't look this up, but just for Adam saying he's making 23, it's essentially a package centered around Joe Harris and Cam Thomas.
Yeah. Yep.
That makes the money work. And I'm sure they'll want at least a pick or two, and that's fine by me. But that makes the money work. You're not doing that for John Collins. What are we talking about?
John Collins is the perfect fit for like the modern NBA. Like I said, switchable big, can guard, hit the three, like perfect for the modern NBA, bro. Like I don't understand why people.
We're really not that far from being that team to really, really, really be that title contender if we're not even there already. Like we're on the verge of being almost perfect. Like obviously coaching still plays a part, and you'll see what happens there. But I mean, in terms of player wise, like you're really not even that far from being there, like being perfect. Like like I said, you need a 3-and-D guy, and you really need a switchable big, another switchable big. That's really all you're in need of. Because I don't hate the sound of having Seth Curry on the bench along with some other guys. Like you'll be
Don't
all
forget
right.
he's a lob threat too, bro. Ben Simmons can throw that lob to him. Like Sean Collins got bounce.
By the way, if you're, as a lot of Nets fans are fans of the young players, Kessler Edwards is a poor man's John Collins. Like the things that you like about Kessler Edwards, can play defense, switchable, hit the outside shot, like all of those things you're talking about, John Collins has been established doing at a much higher level since he came in the league. So I'm stuck on that.
That's a good point.
Hey,
That's a great point you made. That's a great point you made.
AJ and Saint, Caleb's asking me for you guys to let him in.
Adam, to add on to what you just said, and he's also 2 inches taller than Kessler.
Yes, yeah. Poor man's in more than one way, in every measurable way.
We're about to end it soon, though. We're just gonna go into questions. We're gonna end this.
That's up to you.
I don't want another 3. We just did a 6-hour stream. I'm not trying to do that again, bro. But put your chat. Make sure you just put @Saint in the chat. We're gonna answer questions real quick before we get out of here. Put @Saint in the chat.
In terms of signings, who would you go after right now? I still think you said Jalen Smith. Okay,
Jalen Smith.
But in terms of free agents, you should try JaMychal Green.
JaMychal Green, but did they? I know Sam Presti said that he wants to get him to on the team. So does he mean by trade, or he's just gonna buy him out? Because I didn't know. Like Sam Presti.
Oh, is he? He's still okay. So he's not even a free. I haven't actually.
He's under contract, I think. But Sam Presti was like,
and then you can't even go. You can't even go for Gary Harris. It doesn't really.
Yeah.
Work. I think you'll get more money elsewhere, like in Detroit or something.
Jalen, and then Wesley Matthews going to be out there. I guess I'm thinking Otto Porter is going to stay with the Warriors.
Do you like Ben McLemore as a target, or what do you think about that?
I think we should take a look. Like he's not my first option.
He's also a vet minimum contract player. Like it doesn't really hurt. Like you had guys like James Johnson roaming around your bench last year. Like you'll be okay.
Yeah. Shout out Khalil 2025. He said first thing is we need to upgrade at shooting guard unless Kessler makes that jump. How about Harris and one of those rooks for either OG Anunoby or Buddy Hield? How do you guys feel about that? Wait, he said one of these rooks for either OG or Buddy Hield. I don't think that's enough for OG though.
Buddy Hield plays for the Pacers, right? I mean, I can see a Buddy Hield thing. I don't hate that. But for OG Anunoby, it would definitely take a little bit more from them to transition away from them. Because, I mean, they were looking for a 7th pick for him. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if OG's on the market. But, again, we'll see, man. Like I said, Sean's going to make these calls and see who's available.
I think he's out of our price range.
OG?
Yeah.
All like the guy that covers the Raptors, like at least in the short term, that team is not trying to do anything drastic.
Yeah.
Like they're still a well-coached team. They're a deep team, and they can, especially from an OG standpoint, health, assuming health, his value will be at its peak come trade deadline in season if things aren't going great for the Raptors or whatever.
Yeah. Shout out to NJ Nessman. He said saying we need to somehow get KJ Martin. Yeah, man. KJ Martin is another guy that I know Jay's mentioned him and Saints mentioned him.
They were mentioned. The Nets were mentioned as a team that inquired about him.
KJ Martin?
Yeah. I'll see if I can find it in the background here.
I hope so, man. Shout out DJ. My guy DJ said we can get Jay Crowder. He fits into one of our TPEs. Ooh. I don't know if the Suns do that, though, because I think he's like one of their key pieces. But it'll be interesting if they do.
Damn, they have it makes you think like they still have Mikal Bridges, they have Cam Johnson, they have him.
You think they will do that? Get rid of Jay Crowder?
If they keep Ayton, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You got to see what they do with Ayton.
Now the Pistons aren't even going after Ayton anymore since they drafted Jalen Duren. So
Yeah.
I think Ayton stays, and I think Jay Crowder is a possibility of him leaving, but who knows?
Yeah, there was an article on Yahoo. It was following up on a Kelly Eco Athletic for the article that crowded front court in Houston. Teams included the Trailblazers, Brooklyn Nets, who inquired about him around the draft period. So on draft night, there were conversations that were maybe going around. The Nets were offering no draft picks that they didn't have, but they still were calling about him.
You can trade that draft pick from next year, right? So who knows?
Yeah, the 2020. Yeah,
you should really try to put that in for something too, like John Collins. Like I'm obviously all right with trading that pick away for John Collins, especially if you add on Joe Harris. Like I don't think the Hawks say no to that, especially if you add on maybe a young guy or something like him.
Somebody said John Collins is a bad defender. Netcast. We need Smith, Dillon, PJ. Some combination of the two. Do you like those guys?
YouTube account.
Oh, so he said he want Dillon,
PJ
with
PJ Washington. My God, man.
Is he talking about PJ Washington or he's talking about PJ Tucker?
He's talking about PJ Washington.
Oh my God, no.
Man, fuck PJ Washington and put him on it, man. Yo, what about TJ Warren? I take him.
Oh my God, I would take him. Please.
PJ Warren?
Heck yeah.
I just feel like every free agent is looking at us crazy right now, though. I just feel like every free agent is just looking at us crazy.
TJ Warren hasn't played in like 2 years, has he?
I'll take him on a vet, man.
If you take a vet, every minute, no.
And John Collins isn't a bad defender. I'm sorry, I keep getting stuck on the things people are saying about John Collins. He was a plus defender. He's been a plus defender by a handful of different metrics. A plus defender in 2 out of his 4 years in the league, and a near neutral defender at worst for his career.
Yeah, he's not a bad defender. He blocks shots at the rim. Like I said, he's so athletic, and he can switch. Like he's not like Nick Claxton kind of, perimeter defense, but he can switch and guard up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yankees are up 6-5 over Oakland. That's what I'm
talking
about.
That is the A's though, Saint. It is the A's.
Yeah, I know.
They have
I'm allowed to be excited like Brandon when he beats the Marlins. So.
Did they lose to the Marlins again?
He said Joe said Collins is a bad defender who wants to keep Joe Harris.
Again, we're just talking on defensive basis. I'm a fan of Joe Harris, but if we're talking about defending, we're talking about.
He said he wants to. He said John Collins is a bad defender, but he wants to keep Joe Harris. I'm trying to see what's other questions here. Somebody said Miles Bridges, Ben Simmons, KD front court. Yeah, I don't know about Miles Bridges.
Yeah, man. Because Miles Bridges is coming to us on like a vet minimum deal. This dude's about to get a max contract. Somebody else. We're not getting him.
Yeah, we're not getting him.
Didn't the Hornets say that they're not giving him the max?
They're not giving him the max, but that means another team is like the Pacers or the Pistons.
Yeah, I don't think we.
No, it makes sense for them to not give him the max because he's a restricted free agent. So when another team gives him the max, they save themselves $30 million by matching.
Yeah.
Somebody else make the offer.
You think they max? You think they match a max contract for Miles Bridges?
Yes.
They just let the market dictate what they have to pay him. Why overspend if you don't need to?
Yeah, I get that.
Miles Bridges can bet on himself though. He can opt into the last year of his deal.
Yeah, and the thing is, he can literally wait this out because I think he'll get a max contract regardless of how this plays out because, there's 2 teams like I've been seeing like the Pacers and the Pistons interested in him, and if the Hornets are going to match that, then shit, you got that max contract. But I think he's going to get a max contract regardless because I don't think he minds leaving Charlotte for a higher deal, obviously.
Yeah. Shout out to Daniel. He said I think Joe Harris might be gone this year. Yeah.
I think he's definitely. It's the money. It's $18 million. You can do.
It also doesn't make really much sense to keep him, especially if you have Patty Mills and Seth Curry. Like you need to fill the forward depth. Like you need some more like defenders, and you just need something more there. You don't just need one-dimensional guys. Like Joe Harris can't even create his own shot, let alone play defense.
He can. He be putting a shot in the playoffs too.
All right, y'all. I don't want to get this over 2 hours, but appreciate everybody that joined us tonight. Make sure you guys hit that like button again. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. That's Kingdom711 _. Make sure you guys follow Locked On Nets with Adam too over there. Yes, thank you.
Man,
Follow
look at that
follow the TikTok at Next Kingdom _ new vid dropping tomorrow.
Follow Adam at Locked On Nets Kingdom.
Yes.
Follow him.
Yeah, merging.
Next
Just like
Kingdom
we
Radio
stole, just
too.
like we
Yeah, I was
took
about to say,
Leb,
go
we're
to the
taking
Nets
Leb
Kingdom
from
Radio.
Brooklyn Netscast. We're taking Adam from Locked On Nets.
We're taking
just
Adam
so
and we're
you know.
taking Led, bro.
Although we can't pay you just yet, Adam.
It's all negotiable. It's all negotiable.
Yeah, man.
It's a
What was I
money
gonna say?
battle right
Oh
now.
yeah, and make sure you guys follow on SoundCloud, Next Kingdom Radio. Charles be doing the mixes. You know, if you in the car, if you with your girl, if you with, you know, you want to hear nice mix music, just Next Kingdom Radio on
Nice
SoundCloud.
catchy tune, you know,
Catchy
something to vibe
tunes.
to,
Set the vibe. You know, gotta set the vibe when you're with your girl.
If you want to make a good impression to your girlfriend, bro, that is the way to do
even
it.
when you're at the
Kingdom
party,
Radio.
when you pre-gaming at the party, or you pre-game at the in your apartment or something, you know what I'm saying? Just put that Next Kingdom Radio on. You guys know what it is.
You just driving with your friends, you know, you're going to the mall. Bro,
Easy.
can't
Easy,
go
man.
wrong. Cannot go wrong.
Kyrie Irving just accepted his contract, final year. Put the music on. It doesn't matter what the mood is.
Like your life literally cannot get better. Like you everything's going right. Your girlfriend's going to love you because of that amazing music Chubbs queued up.
Yeah, facts.
And then Kyrie Irving on the net. Like, what could possibly go wrong?
Got to celebrate
I'm
tonight.
glad that Nets Kingdom has found their Built Bar ad. I think that just good to see.
Yo, we should get some ads. We're the ad. That was a perfect ad right there. We should
Yeah.
get that ad in.
Yo, these levels up, man. What's the name of the opening song of this y'all live? I thought
He's talking about
song.
what's our intro
the
song,
opening
AJ?
song.
Yeah.
Oh, my godbrother does music, so that's one of his songs that he did, and you know, it's like
Top of a make-it.
I'll send it to
My
you, those
bad.
lyrics. Just DM me though, if you want.
Oh, good looking.
Yeah, I got you, bro. Yeah, appreciate all the guys, all the love. We'll do last words for everybody.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna save T Rexy for last as always. Brandon, you there?
I think Brandon went MIA.
Yeah, it's time to kick Brandon off the stage. Fuck that. Lab, what's your last words, bro?
Man, Kyrie's gonna be a net next year. Not really much more to it. John Collins is gonna be a net within the next couple of days. But I am looking forward to free agency kicking off in the next couple of days. I mean, it's really already starting right now. I mean, you see John Wall just got bought out and it's already said he was going to sign with the Clippers.
Oh, breaking news.
Huh?
Brooklyn Netscast has sent a trade proposal.
Oh,
It said
shit.
deal in place. I trade Leb. I receive Saint on the pod once a month. Let me know.
Oh, trade.
Dude, we get Leb, bro, and
We
all I
get
have to do is
full
listen to your
Leb.
one. I get Leb.
You gotta-
once
you
a
gotta
What's
month.
Sean
let
Marks
Caleb
do in
do-
this
You
situation?
gonna
What
let
would Sean
Caleb
Marks
do you
do?
like that? You gonna
I
let
thought
Caleb do you
I
like
thought
that?
that I
That's
had no
just
trade
not
value.
logic.
That sounds like I
Well,
have
I
some trade
mean,
value.
but bro, all I have to do is go talk with them once a month, and
No
then
trade clause.
no trade. Let me see, no trade clause, right? Yeah,
So I got a no trade clause.
You got a player option next year.
yeah. I'm just saying, I get Leb, and all I have to do is one thing a month. Like,
No. Leb just comes onto the podcast, man. You don't get him. I don't know what it's a very
no,
dominating
he's saying
statement.
he's saying he's trading Leb to us, full, like, no strings. Like, we get Leb 100%.
I tell you, I got to be honest with you. This is how you create a rift on another podcast now. Like Lev is
Well,
there's
that
some
rift
issues going on,
was
right?
created. That rift was
Damn.
created when Caleb took shots at us for some ungodly reason, and then we got into a battle.
We don't got to get into all that beef right now.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying he fired. I'm just saying we get Leb, and all I have to do is one thing a month. Like that's like one hell of a deal. I don't know. I'm for it. I
One
want
more over
Leb.
the negotiations. One more over the negotiations.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I
got no
understand my
control. This is
value
like-
to a team, but I'm just saying, bro. Like,
Bruh.
Yeah.
But go on, Leb. I'm sorry. That was just breaking
Man, I'm
trade
shook
news.
now. I don't even.
He said I'm shook now. I'm about to get traded.
Leb can now be that guy that said, "Oh yeah, I just found out about the trade proposal on social media."
Leb's one of my favorites, man. So I don't know. I might think about this deal.
I told you, Leb.
I got no comment on my final words anymore. I need to go talk to my team.
Leb is shook.
Go ahead, Rage. Last words, though.
Yeah.
Get rid of Andre Drummond.
Get rid of who?
Get rid of Andre Drummond, Mr. 12 rebounds for the postseason. That, you know what? He actually got 12 rebounds that whole postseason.
No Andre Drummond this offseason for you.
Yo, and I'm not gonna lie, like I said, like just fill the little spots. Like Sean Marks has to do something he's never done before. Wow, get some guys who aren't named James Johnson or some scrubs. Like, just make the little trades. Like, he either trades for some high end all star, some superstar, or some bum. Like it's happened every year. Just do something you haven't done before. It's not rocket science. You don't really. There's not a lot of shit that you have to do, but there's little pieces that we need to fill, and it's not. They're attainable. They're attainable. Just got to do what you got to do. Good stream and.
Yes, sir. Who's next? Chubbs.
Yeah, we still got Brandon and Adam and.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it short, but like just thank y'all for like 10,000 subscribers. I feel like that's not really being talked about enough. Like obviously with the news that happened today, it's like that's big, but we genuinely do have to do a 10,000 subscriber stream. I feel like that still needs to happen because look, for that to happen, given the fan base we have in such an infant state, to have like 10,000 people in such a short span of time. Like, go back to when, like, we were in Discord and AJ was going from his laptop. Like, we didn't even have highlights going on the screen. AJ had to go to the Instagram to show the highlights. Like, it was
literally just Instagram highlights. It was just Instagram highlights and us talking over it. Like, it was mad funny. But it was mad people in there, which is crazy.
Nah, but just going from that, now we got 10,000 subscribers. We all branched out into our own little thing. Saint got his pocket. AJ is doing this. I'm doing with Nets Kingdom Radio. Rage got his thing with the TikTok lights. This is a beautiful thing, and it's realistically only up from here. Like however the team goes, like I feel like our footprint definitely will be more and more impacted and just more heard. So it's thank y'all for actually like tuning in every day just to hear us ramble on about some bullshit or just shoot the shit and just putting up with us. I don't think it's that. There's like 9 people on screen. Sometimes there's 5 people, 9 people on screen. You guys put up with that shit for hours every time we come on, and you guys come back every day. And we personally, me, but everybody, we appreciate you guys for that.
Big facts. I'll be shocked sometimes, like even the 6-hour stream, and then people will still be in here. Like, you guys are really like, you guys are as much as Nets fans as we are. Like, we're up at night thinking about Nets moves and what this organization's doing, just like you guys. So I appreciate you guys. And shout out Isaac, man. Isaac, all my mods, Brooklyn Nets 11, Isaac, man. Isaac was there. Isaac got a special place because he was there when my first video that I dropped on YouTube. Isaac commented on it and like show love, and I like appreciate you, Isaac, for being that for the day one. Who's next? Go ahead. I guess Jay's next.
Hold on, let me move out of this room. The loud house is playing in the background.
Oh,
now my children are out of school, so they like we staying up late. Yeah, all right, I'll let you stay up late tonight, but you know,
partying.
Nah, always appreciate y'all rocking with me. Rock with y'all for sure. Definitely congrats on your 10K again. When it comes to the Nets, I would really like to see the way this Kiwi is going to fill out the roster. If we're at the table for John Collins, get it done. And I know Caleb gonna be upset with this, but if we get John Collins, I think that makes Clax more expendable. And you can get him to team of his choice since he's a restricted free agent, and you get that sign and trade rocking. People yearning for PJ Washington. Okay, Charlotte's looking for a big man. Sign and trade him to Charlotte. And I know Nets fans are in love with PJ Washington. The number one person I'd like to get back from them is not PJ Washington. It's Jaden McDaniels. If you give me Jaden McDaniels in a pick, I would be very happy with that. I know y'all want PJ Washington. If we can get him, great. But the team really needs guys who are, as KD said last week, it's a wings league. We need more wings, and we just can't get around that. And we need more playable wings. Hopefully that's done. Hopefully we don't have a rotation of 5 centers this year, because that is not a good look. Hopefully the TPEs, at least 2 of them are used, because as AJ Gibbs said a little bit earlier, I think 2 of them expire in August.
Yeah. It might be more than that, bro.
Nah,
the small ones, like little.
The Seth Curry one expires in February.
Okay.
And then the Sekou Doumbouya one, which is 6-point-something million, expires in September. So I think the 2 1-point-something million ones expire in August, which, again, KJ Martin fits into that. Jayshawn Tate fits into that. We got guys who can fit into these things, who are legitimate NBA players, young, and really can have those young legs to run with Ben. We trade for John Collins to run with him. We can really reshape the roster with a good mix of young guys and veterans who are ready to play and really give it just a full team effort for the entire season. And I would like a veteran center who can come and give us minutes. My number 1 center target is Jakob Poeltl. If not Jakob Poeltl, Wendell Carter Jr., which I doubt Orlando's going to trade. If not Wendell Carter Jr., I think we can go out and get Richaun Holmes. Give me something aside from what we have right now.
Yeah.
Because this ain't cutting it. And just the idea of, as long as we get the big 3, just having the big 3 is, Boston showed you, they not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They really not going anywhere. And Bobby Marks said, this will be my last thing. Bobby Marks said, and he wasn't trolling us, he was being serious. We got too many Smurfs on our team. So for everybody who wants to keep adding Smurfs, nah, at some point, all of these 6'3" and under, even former 15th man, Bruce Brown 6'4" and under guys, we had, I think, 7 of them last season. We need to cut that down to about 4 at most this season moving forward. So hopefully we get a more balanced roster. I do expect to trade sometime in the very near future. Let's get it, man, and let's get some coaches, because we really don't have.
We need coaches. We don't have coaches right now. I forgot about that.
Dude, we have so many things to go. Hey, you know what I noticed though, real quick before Jay? Did you finish your? I'm sorry. Did you finish your?
Yeah. I'm good.
I just noticed this other Woj tweet that was about 2-3 hours ago, but I don't remember us talking. Maybe it's when I stepped away, but. He says Irving has until Wednesday at 5 p.m. to file paperwork on his opt-in. The Nets can still move Irving as an expiring contract, but the opt-in means he's no longer eligible to get immediate long-term deal he wanted as a sign and trade.
Didn't he post this yesterday?
No, he posted this a couple hours ago after that first tweet. So, why are we that would be some janky ass shit if.
That's what I said. I told you, what if they just move him? We don't know.
But that's why I said it's just a pause button. I'm not saying you want to give the opportunity, but what happened today is a positive thing, but it's not a fine. It's not a finite.
I will say
we don't know. We don't know what.
If for some reason that if that happened and they still moved him after opting in on that and filing his paperwork, bro.
And saying he wants to stay. And saying he wants to stay here.
Yeah, and that would be some of the dirtiest shit.
And I don't think that's going to be the case, but just saying.
I hope they don't do that. But like I said, I don't trust Sean Marks anymore.
Hey, and by the way, Jay, Caleb's watching, and he's He's like, I've been on KJ and Crowder thing for a while, and he said, ask Jay. He made fun of it for me.
Whoa! I made fun of what?
Whoa, that's not true at
yeah.
all.
Yeah,
Jay
exactly.
was like one of the first, or I don't know.
Thank you, Leb.
Yeah,
Jay
I
was
don't
one of the
know.
people to bring up KJ.
I don't know
KJ
who
was.
said KJ Martin first, but there's no chance on earth that Jay was.
I first heard Jay say it. In my opinion.
Yeah, and Caleb's been on his like beef thing lately, starting beef with us.
No, I'm not.
Led.
I'm not taking. Credit
I know.
For,
I'm just playing.
No. I'm not taking credit for Crowder because my number one target from Phoenix has always been Cam Johnson.
Yeah.
Oof, I would love Cam Johnson, bro.
Always been Cam Johnson.
If we can get Cam, I would.
I'm about
Shoot.
to.
I thought the Suns
run out of this house yelling.
If we got Cam Johnson,
They're gonna call the cops on me.
Weird.
All right, let's see here. Brandon obviously is not here. He's asleep or watching the Yankees win.
Adam's the last one.
Adam, and then me, and then AJ. You'll close. Oh no, T-Rex. Did you get your last words off there, AJ?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I'll say something a little bit before T-Rexy, and then but Adam, yeah, get us last words, bro.
No, I think just on what happens next. Well, I'll add in the what the Brooklyn Nets currently have. So coming up in July 6th, the remainder of the Spencer Dinwiddie, so $3.2 million, that'll expire on the 6th of next month, and a month later, August 19th, the DeAndre Jordan $6.2 million will expire. So so they're within. You should reasonably start to hear about what's going to happen next for Brooklyn, because there is some money to spend in relatively short order. And just to Jay's point, like I think the next thing is now, okay, Kyrie Irving is here, so what makes the most sense now, right? What is the pieces that get retained, and what things need to be utilized to change up this team? Like that's the next step here. I don't think that they can stand pat with the way it's currently constructed. And Jay mentioning about if you could be in pursuit of Collins, what does it mean for Nicholas Claxton? Like that's how you end up seeing player flexibility around what the team's desires are, depending on if you can accomplish something. And there's trade scenarios where you can end up with Podol and John Collins on the Brooklyn Nets. I'll leave it at that.
I've already made one.
With some moving parts.
Yes, there are.
Better get that trade machine
and
ready,
Sean.
Sean.
And that would include Nicholas Claxton not being on the Brooklyn Nets. It would include Joe Harris not being there, Cam Thomas probably not being there, and then seeing guys like DeJounte Murray being involved in Gallinari. What's that?
I feel like you're just looking at the exact trade machine that I made earlier. I don't know if you are or not.
Well, this is what I'm always fiddling around on this.
I'm
stuff.
literally on it right now as we speak.
Yes, I mean, I'll say it here because it doesn't matter. This is like when you're noodling around. Podol and Collins on the Nets, DeJounte Murray and Nicholas Claxton on the Atlanta Hawks, and then Gallinari, Harris, and Thomas ending up on the Spurs, and then some type of assets getting to the Spurs as well, probably. But like that all works from a mechanic standpoint, and you maybe get you get some quality players there. I think Gallinari has been mentioned as someone that the Spurs are interested in.
I think I think Joey has to go to go to Atlanta, and I think Clax has to go to
Clax the Spurs.
Clax has to go to the Spurs.
I have Clax to the Spurs. I'm not.
Yeah, because that's what I mean. I'm fiddling around, but that makes the most sense from a.
No, I mean from a financial standpoint, because Atlanta would be coming off of 40-something million between Gallo and Collins.
Yeah.
So they have to take that salary back. And Gallo is perfect for San Antonio. And watch how I spin this, Adam. Leb, I don't know if you got this. Gallo is perfect for San Antonio because he doesn't fit their timeline, but he only has $5 million guaranteed. He can be bought out, and then he can sign with the Nets.
I don't have that, but
but that's the old right. We're making a deal here, and ultimately we are trading for Gallinari, but it's just by the mechanics of you eat and get the buyout done for us. There's some
appreciate you. Hey, I'll keep it brief. Hey, once again, appreciate 10K subs. Appreciate people sticking around. If you don't enjoy what goes on here, like we had a 6-hour show and there was 300 steady strong, and I love it. Appreciate you once again, AJ, for putting this together. Been having a good time ever since. I love it. I'm glad I got to meet y'all. But with that, hey, we're just getting started. It's going to be fun. Yeah, at the end of the day, not fully happy, but I'm happy with what Kyrie did today. Puts a pause on a lot of things. Kind of gives us an opportunity to take a breath. I'm also glad that him by doing this, as long as the Nets or front office doesn't stab him in the back after he files that paper and then like trades him, we're good. But I'm the other thing that I'm really happy that he did it too is because we need to get busy like right now. We once again are going into an off season with a lot of question marks and what ifs. I think I said it at the end of last season. I think I said it again at the end of the season before. When we keep going into these off seasons and starting the season with question marks, it's not good. And I'm glad that we can at least like Kyrie opted in so we can get to work on putting together this team, whether who's getting traded or not. We're bringing it. I mean, I don't care. Just get to work. Get some quality coaches around Steve Nash, right? Like I know we could all say we wish we had this different person, but like at the end of the day, Sean Marks is our GM, Steve Nash is our coach, and whether you like Kyrie or not, Kyrie is on this team. Like we have what we have, whether you like it or not. So this is where the hope comes in, where it's like I hope that they from this point they make the right moves, they get the right players that they can, they put the right team around Steve Nash. Like, not only for me is I think this next year is going to say a lot about not just from player, but all the way up to the front office, who sticks around in Brooklyn. Like, quite honestly, because you could easily have some go out where there's issues with players and they get moved, or you could go out there and have zero issue with players and people are healthy and they do what they're supposed to do. But then you see from a coaching and front office standpoint that they didn't do enough to help this team win. Like anything's possible. And that is my biggest hope is that we can lock in a starting five for the beginning of the season and stick with it. I'm not expecting the world as far as when it comes to people we're going to be able to sign, but you've got to do your due diligence to don't sell yourself short. Don't try to settle and think that like a lineup of like Blake Griffin and some of these older guys that we brought in, Millsap and all, like stop promising dudes time. If they want to be here and they want to play, like get it in their heads like, yo, come out here and earn that shit. Like don't just start promising a bunch of similar guys like playing time and then get back into the same problem where you're alienating players on your bench. There has to be some level of continuity being able to build here. You've got to be able to be balanced with your approach. Like you can't just like throw shit at the wall and think that it's going to work next year. Like there's a lot on the line next season for the Nets. And I hope they can pull it together. I have my concerns, but I also got at the same time, like I love the Nets and I want them to do good. So that means I'm going to have to pull for Sean Marks and the front office to do the right thing. It means I'm going to have to pull for Steve Nash. Like, step up your game, bro.
Thanks.
Be better, right? And the coaching staff that you put around them, like it's just all around. Everybody's got to be better, from players from coaching to front office. Everybody's got to be better this offseason. Nobody gets a free pass. I don't care what you think. Nobody gets a free pass next season. Players, coaches, front office. It's put up or shut up in Brooklyn, right? Like you avoided being the laughing stock of the NBA by Kyrie accepting in. Now let's go out there and like prove some shit. Like you got to. So
breaking news: Kevin Durant is requesting a trade.
Oh, you shut your mouth. Breaking news: Built Bar just dropped Adam as an advertiser, and all social media Nets things have taken a tank with the news that Kevin Durant has left. No, you know what I'm saying. But hey, I'm actually excited. I know I'm actually excited. I'm always excited for the Nets, you know. And we still got KD, Kyrie, Ben Simmons. Now let's go get to work. But with that, T-Rexy, as usual, get us out of here in the T-Rexy fashion.
Yes, sir.
No hold
Yes,
bar.
sir.
No hold bar. Like you get free reign of dropping how many or F bombs you want to close us out.
Listen, man. Yo. Oh, that's fucked up, B. All right. Listen. Listen. Thank God. I'm mad because my Red Sox lost today. Who cares? They just won 7 games in a row. So get shot for the Red Sox. Secondly, yo, no more excuses. No more bullshit excuses from Marks, Todd, side players, coaches, or even the fans, man. No more bullshit excuses. Kyrie's here. Accept it. Stop thinking about the past. Stop thinking about Kenny Atkinson. Stop thinking about the culture with the good role players think that they're gonna win a championship when they start in the next 5 years. That's not gonna happen. We got 2 superstars on the team right now.
Yes.
Congrats on the 10K.
Appreciate
I
you, bro.
should have did a promotion. Say donate $11. Promote the 11 for Kyrie coming back for the team. But it is what it is, man. I'm not doing nobody money. I'm gonna
All
start
good, bro.
drinking because I'm official my summer break. I'm gonna watch the free agent start on Thursday. I'm gonna watch the summer league. I want to see which rookie put on the work and who's not putting on the work. If you're not good enough, the rookies on the roster, you will get traded, man. Like the Today Show, I like the ideas given some players. Nobody is untouchable. That's according to the Joe Harris fans. No, Joe Harris is not untouchable. I trade as for a better other team, man. So don't get it twisted because you saying for day one. Congrats, Joe. You there for the day one. I respect you, the day one guy. But for the better team, if the team could pull, want to ship you out, you gotta get the fuck out of here. So are the rest of these guys. And like Barry Box said, no more strips on the team, no more midgets on the team. That's how we got spanked by the Boston Celtics with the rebounding. I need some dunks back, man. That's all I have to say, man. Can't wait for the on season on Thursday. Let's get it, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Rex.
All right, y'all. We'll be back again. It ain't breaking news, but we'll be definitely covering summer league and the games and all that. Any news that breaks, we'll be back.
Yes, sir. Sorry for you,
All right,
Kyrie haters. Kyrie's back another season.
Kyrie
Get over it.
home. Switch Live
Go
Media.
cry
Shout out you,
about
bro.
it. Go cry
Let
about
me
it.
do some quick shout outs in the chat. All the people in the chat. Switch Live Media. Thank you for subscribing, bro.
Oh shit. Guess who's
Brendan,
back?
Lenny Beeson, another OG in the Nets Kingdom world.
My
Lenny
husband,
Beeson, my guy.
Yo.
Lizzo. Oh my
But
god.
Lizzo's got a thing for me, bro.
Lizzo is here.
Lizzo's
my
making
God.
an appearance. Where's my husband?
Yo, Lizzo. Shout out
missed
Lizzo.
you too,
yo.
My
Lizzo.
boyfriend.
I missed you too. I missed you
Yo,
too, Lizzo.
the first time Lizzo came in here, I was just like, nah, this can't be. This gotta be the real Lizzo. This gotta be the real Lizzo.
I'm still holding out that it really is Lizzo. I'm really.
Yo, if it is really Lizzo, shout out to Lizzo, man. Shout out to Lizzo.
That would be. Imagine if it really was her.
yeah. Well, maybe Lizzo's a Brooklyn Nets fan. We don't know.
You
Joey
never know.
BK.
Somebody
man.
needs to verify that. Is Lizzo a Brooklyn Nets fan?
Thoughts? Who else is in here? Oh man, everybody in here, bro. Appreciate Kira Clark, Lenny. I said Lenny's name. Nicholas Reed. Oh man, B. I see
Backdoor
B in here.
Season's
D
in here.
Davis. Oh,
Yeah.
Backdoor Season. Another.
Yeah.
A couple of names I've seen before.
Tommy B. I've seen Tommy B.
Tommy
Joey
B.
BT.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seen you before, bro. Another OG. Jovan
Brendan.
Isaac. Brendan.
That's right.
Oh, look at Brendan. You remember that episode?
You say we got to wear a do-rag for someone. Yeah. That's true. I may still have that phone. Let's see if it's still here. Just
yeah. Eric Christie, yo, Monifa. Oh, Monifa, another OG.
Oh yeah, we
remember
still haven't been
Monifa.
able to use this at all, bro.
Oh yeah, the Nets hit 4.
Yeah, that eventually will make its round.
T Blow, I remember you. I remember a couple of these
Hey,
guys.
yo.
Oh, here we go. Look at here we go. The building. Da Vinci's in
Oh yeah, I was just
tuned in.
gonna say that. Yeah, that's
Da
right.
Vinci. Shout out Da Vinci, bro. Where you been, Da Vinci? That man's been ghost.
No, I think he hasn't made his way to the new Discord. We gotta.
Oh yeah. Hit us
I'll
up, Da
talk
Vinci.
to
Hit
him.
us up, bro. Well, yeah, hit up Saint in a DM, bro.
That Lizzo and Saint. Yeah, me and Lizzo, we're about to come out public.
It's Lizzo,
Yeah.
man. Shout out Lizzo.
Von D Gaming, shout out to you, man. Salute to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah. Before we get out of here and we're doing the shout outs, the Discord is okay. The Discord discussion is going to be happening soon, and we probably are going to open up Discord once again. But we shut the old Discord down because they're like the people that were in here earlier making fun of my autistic son. Were just being foul and troll and stupid in the chat. So we got rid of a bunch of people, and those people couldn't accept it. So they really tried to like bring down the channel, bring down the Discord. And then there was like a group of people that were still in the Discord that were talking to these people that got kicked out, and they were doing all kinds of janky shit and trying to hack the channel, like, you know, saying all kinds of foul things, calling me racist, doing this other stuff, making fun of my kids, like doing other shit too to other people, and just couldn't abide by the rules. Like we wanted a Discord where people could just come and chill. Like, listen, people are not always going to agree on things, but that doesn't like, you still got to act like a normal person. And it just became a troll haven and people acting dumb. Like because when our Discord started, it was really fun. And we had a lot of good people in there. Like women didn't want to come in there anymore because people were being foul and just saying wrong stuff. So we decided to end it. We got a ton of new protections. We really are changing the rules in which how we do it. And there's like a zero policy on a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to come in and be like a normal person and talk Nets basketball, we'll let you in Discord. But at the end of the day, if you just want to troll, be immature, and just be a problem, like don't even bother. But we will be opening it back up before the season
And
starts.
there's security this time, so you, like I said,
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Yeah, like there is some level of like respect that you're gonna have to show. It's okay to disagree with people, but if you can't disagree on a respectful level, like kick rocks, bro. We don't have time. We want to have quality conversations, and we're pretty much wrapping up like all our test runs on stuff. But yeah, man. So the Discord's coming back. Just be patient. But yeah, it's going to be a lot different this time for sure. So, but with that, AJ.
Yes, sir. Barry Garrix, appreciate you too, bro. All right, guys. Oh, Dementia said he's been building a house. Shout out to you, man.
Shout out to you, man. Making futures right there.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.
All right.